Yo, 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 what's happening, people?
Can we get hey fellas, can we get a word from the preacher before we start? Let us say man.
Let us say amen.
I didn't come here to preach to you today. But when I look at these contestants for the Miss Black Awareness pageant, I feel good. I feel good because I know there's a God somewhere. There's a God somewhere. Turn around, ladies, for me, please. You know there's a God who sits on high and looks down low. Man cannot make it like this. Larry Flint, Hugh Hefner, they can take the picture, but they can't make it. Only God above, the Hugh Hefner on high, can make it for you.
Apparently, these are the best women Queens has to offer. Pick one and let's go home.
You can call his name.
Be patient, my friend.
Lord. Do you love him? Do you feel joy? Say joy.
Joy.
Joy. Can I get a amen? Don't be ashamed to call his name.
Yes, Lord.
Only God can give that woman the kind of joy she has right there. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord.
I am very happy to be here.
Amen. Amen. Yes, sir. Can I get an amen? Yes.
Shout out to them ABS niggas who be in the building. Oh, shout out Gus, Sam.
Hmm. Oh,
First timer, yeah. Kiki, you gotta get your a YouTube handle too. You gotta get your full name off of here, bruh. I'm gonna show you how to do that on another time, so you could, you know, put your little nickname on that way. Everybody ain't gotta be knowing your name and stuff when you be jumping on here. You gotta get your Blunt Talk Nola name. Whatever you want to do, you just change your full name off your YouTube page, and they'll let you make another one. So welcome, 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 though. Welcome coming through. Appreciate it, cuz. We definitely got a good one tonight. Go ahead, P. Dot.
what it do? All right, folks. I am your host P. Dot on the spot, coming to you live from the
Sorry, Charles
city with
17.
the most action.
Type checks in the building.
And okay, I was wondering where my brother was tonight.
Nah, cause you be forgetting.
What's happening
you,
with
you was
y'all?
about to forget. Don't Charles. Oh, you was about to forget. He was about to forget, child. He was definitely about to forget.
Oh no! When you jumped
He was
in and
about to
hollered
run that bitch
yours,
like Forrest
I'm
Gump.
waiting on him to just. I'm wondering when Chop gonna jump in and drop his right quick. He paused out on me for a second. Well, what's good, fellas? How y'all weeks been, man? What's been happening with you?
Aokie doke. Couple of people just graduated and stuff. Out the way, out the blue. Them kids getting older, and I'm getting younger. You feel me? But not in the face. Pause.
Yeah, I gotta give congratulations to my baby girl. She moved out of kindergarten And then to my goddaughter who just graduated high school, big ups to TT and Fifi for their graduation day. Oh
Yeah,
man,
in
it
the
was a sight
building,
to behold. Yes, sir.
graduated from the 3-5. Shout out, player.
So that's what my week has been, man. My work week been good. Been still learning new things. My manager been working with me. I guess I'm just getting the feel of what it's like to be in the management sector and seeing things and learning from everybody on the spot. So yeah, man, work's been good, man. I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be around good people with no stress and drama.
Sure, shit. My shit been kind of cool. I've been doing my grown man shit, trying to cut that grass. It been having a couple of rainy days, so that shit was kind of afro-ish out there. So just kind of handled my business, took care of some stuff this week. Uh, just trying to stay stress free and more positive, bro, and keep going. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Other than keeping up with all the social stuff, I know we're gonna definitely get into some stuff. So yeah, man, I've been waiting for it. So let's get it. What's saying with you though, chat?
Yeah, I've been. Let me get a little closer. I've been chilling though, bro. I can't complain. He been beating the nigga up so far. Yeah, go to work, come straight home, then running to them practices and shit. I'm glad I'm off, so I'm happy about that. But
Right.
other than that, it's been a normal fucking week, bro. Like shit, just same old shit.
Just a different day.
Yeah,
All right, well, that's what's up. And you right, bro. That heat has been whipping on a nigga, bro. But they say we expecting higher temperatures this week coming, so I'm gonna try to
Yeah, and the
prepare
news been
myself.
pump faking for that rain too. They've been pump faking about that rain too. I just want to get on the news ass right quick just to let y'all know y'all still ain't shit. That's why we got this show. 'Cause y'all be lying y'all ass off, even about the goddamn weather. Y'all been
Yes,
pump
sir.
faking all this week and last week. Yeah, it's been pump faking. So I just want to throw that out there on the
Yes, sir. All right. In other news, that's one of our most used portions of our show. So first things first, any one of y'all got anything for in other news, and who wants to go first? Flip a coin, rock paper scissors, anything. Who want to go first?
Yeah, I mean I got something, but it don't matter.
All right. Well, let me put. Oh, I'll go first, and I'll go first because I always have the most boring shit. So let me
Yeah,
pull
we hear
this
you.
up right quick. I got a couple for y'all, bro. I'll let y'all
Oh, for the
select
people
which.
for the people who knew, can you break down what's other news and why we do it like how we doing it? Could you just
All
like give
right.
them a quick breakdown?
So in other news is our segments where we talk about things that's in the news or things that should be in the news that isn't
Current
being talked
events.
about.
Yeah.
Yes. So we kind of like search for things that's out of the ordinary that we didn't hear about. So yeah, that's why we titled it in other news because the news we get down here is bullshit. They don't really tell the whole story. And so yeah, we pick things that we find that should definitely be talked about in the news, but it's not talked about.
And we put our little spin on it. Put our little
Yeah.
blunt talk spin on it. So yeah. That's why
So
we do it first instead of doing it like a after the segment. We do the segment last, we bring the other news first, kind of like a rendition of how the news do it, but just kind of flipping it on its back. That's all.
so one of the things that I got for in other news is I'm gonna put this up first, y'all. I don't think it have no audio. I found it, and I found it very entertaining that this happened. Yeah, there is no audio, but a store is being robbed by a motherfucker with no arms in a hover round using his feet.
Oh, he pulled that motherfucker. PP, he pulled that motherfucker.
They cocked that bitch back like he had hands. Look at this shit.
Man, that shit crazy as hell.
Please wait. I know I just showed coming to
Click
America, but can somebody please, child, please do me this favor, though. On another window, can you please look up Samuel Jackson coming to America, bro? I gotta.
This nigga here.
Go ahead, but go ahead, Pete. Just on the side note.
So I'm trying to figure out why, dude. You could have just took off running because he can't hold a gun and move the wheelchair to aim at your ass at the same time. I'd have ran around the corner and beat the piss out that bitch.
Is it electric? Boogie,
yes.
woogie?
It's an electric one, dog. So he got to do something. You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga using his leg to steer the bitch. I don't been to haul off on his ass right quick.
Oh, he really pulling that motherfucker too. He cocked it and everything. Look, he getting it straight with his toe.
That's what I'm saying. I would have just laid up there and ran clean around the corner on him. Like, dude, you not about to rob my store in the fucking wheel in a hover round.
Yeah, cuz they come straight from Freaks. He come straight from the circus, man. The people ain't paying me shit, man. Let me go hit up fucking the jeweler right quick, man. See if I can get me a fire ankle bracelet out these niggas, man. This shit's bullshit. That nigga got a whole 9.
So
we accept the one of us. Google Gaga. If y'all never seen Freaks, y'all would not understand. I'm telling you. Cause they remade Freaks too. I forgot to tell you, cause they remade Freaks. Yes. Bruh, this is an old time movie of a circus, bruh. And these people on there going, oh, bruh, something wrong with everybody. But the people using them for the circus, and they got a dude on there just like round with the gun in his toe in his toe knuckle. Cause I can't say it in his hand. Do the gun smell like feet?
How he loaded that
Just
bitch?
Curious.
How did he put the bullet in the magazine?
He good,
Like,
bro. He got his middle toe strong as hell.
You just gotta slide the slide back. You ain't got it. It ain't really too hard. And then probably was already cocked, and he just had to.
With your feet, though? You speaking of a man with hands, brother.
No,
you speak.
What I'm asking is, how did he
driving cars with their feet? Now, come on.
No, that's different.
Nah, I didn't say it's not possible. We said how difficult that must be. You speaking like, oh, bro, you just gotta cock it back and slide them in. Nigga, you got a thumb, nigga.
Right. Nigga, you got a thumb.
This nigga got a thumb.
Pull it down in
Those
that bitch.
thumb ass niggas will talk shit. I beat that. Look at thumb ass niggas with thumbs. Oh, they got something to say.
You thumb having ass.
Thumb having ass nigga. Man, I gotta use my calf muscle like a forearm. This nigga talking shit.
For everything.
Chap, we know that. What we saying is how difficult that must be if you gotta do that right now, nigga. Tie your arms behind your back and try to load your gun right now with your feet.
Somebody that don't know how to do it yet. I see.
And learning it, period. How hard that gotta be just to learn how to, nigga. That took practice, bro. Come on.
A lot of time, fuck. He probably. He ain't
I
going
bet you he
nowhere.
do.
Sit down.
Imagine that nigga asking you for a blunt or something. Say, bro, you want to mash something? You gonna mash
Nah,
something with it,
homie,
bro?
I'm good. I'm good. You keep your personal. I'm gonna keep
I
my.
mean, it's easy. He roll it up and everything with his toes.
I'm not about to hold it to his lips.
What if he kick his foot up by your face and be like, pass that bitch round?
I'm gonna knock him out that fucking wheel.
All right. Now we getting somewhere. See? Now we getting somewhere. Now we getting somewhere, nigga. You gonna knock
Man,
him
pass
out
that
wheel.
shit, man.
Yeah. Nigga robbing your jewelry store, you just gonna stand there, but he pass you that.
She, for real, cuz cheesy feet ass, man. You trying to share blunts and shit. You trying to be regular.
Why is you scared of a nigga with the gun with the
I
feet?
know.
I'm like,
I know. He was terrified.
yeah, I don't get that.
Why is your, where's your antennas? Nigga, they
Don't
feet.
be sorry.
Yeah,
Don't
that
be
nigga with the gun in his cheeks.
This is the damn shame. I'm sorry,
Fucking
cuz
wrong with
we
you,
we
nah.
don't normally start the show off like that, but we do because we don't know what the fuck gonna happen. Man, this man.
Fucking
Oh.
other news. I got something I hope one of y'all ain't got already, but I don't know what the way. I'm not gonna
Wait, let me come back on screen.
Ooh.
you finished yours already?
God.
I had two more, but you know.
No, y'all go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead. I ain't want. Yeah, we not
Alright,
try to
hold
pause
on,
you up.
look,
He just
you
wants to know. Go
laughing
ahead.
right now.
Keep
I
going.
want you to laugh.
Ooh,
It's
alright,
not
hold
really
on, I got-
funny, but fuck, bro.
Oh wait, you already up?
Aria Aldridge.
Oh shit!
I want to be pregnant.
Damn. Jay. Well, all
I
right.
swear to God, shit, bro. Hey, I
Talking
ain't
about
know he
somebody
was
who
gonna do
know what
that.
they want,
Look.
huh?
I didn't know he was gonna do that, bro. We had a debate in the house about that last
That
night.
is crazy.
I
I
wanna
thought for
say that
sure.
y'all was trying to say she wanted to be president, bro. I think
Right. I think that's what she
she
was trying to say.
bro. I don't think,
Man.
because that'll be fucked up.
She look a cuz
I
said.
blame Red.
Goddamn devil.
I blame her. Somebody told the girl to see that and she said
Somebody
pregnant.
told that little girl to see that shit, son.
And she said pregnant.
See that shit, bro.
Now y'all probably right. She probably meant to say president. Probably. I don't know. But pregnant.
I hope it was.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I really believe that
can't
poor
even-
child
you can't
was
even
trying to
fathom
say
that thought as a-
president.
Like, what the fuck? Can't even think about
Mhm. Shit, everybody else getting pregnant like they got damn baby dolls. She probably looked at it like that, bro. Ooh, shit.
That's fucked up.
Mhm.
Bro. That's some.
Yeah, bro. No, and if you go through the comments,
Mm-mm-mm.
everybody was saying
Kids
the
say
same
the
thing.
darndest thing.
It's
Shorty
true.
Red in the building. Wait, you gotta rewind it for Shorty Red. You gotta show Shorty the crime syndicate, crime criminal of all time. You gotta show.
Wait, I gotta go
Shorty
back.
Red, you
Hold
done
up.
missed
All right,
it,
go ahead.
dog.
Come on, bro.
Oh, just right
Shorty-
quick, child. We ain't gonna hold you up. Just right quick,
Well, I
bro.
put it down, I put
Oh
it
man.
Shorty, I just want to know what you doing in this situation right here. What you gonna do?
down. Feet. Man, I'm fucking dude up, man. That's. You about to
Oh,
catch these, man.
Well, I'm definitely ducking down and coming around and drop kicking his ass clean out that
Man,
wheelchair.
well, I'm about to unplug his
Shorty.
battery, stupid face. Nobody don't want
What he gonna do? Keep spinning in a circle?
What the fuck
Trying to
is
That's
shoot
what I'm
me?
saying.
that?
That's what I'm saying. Nigga
All
would've
right,
had
now
to
stop
chase
running,
you.
nigga. So I can
Nigga, stop running.
Shorty Red, what you gonna do?
Stop running so I can
Robbing
shoot.
you with a fucking hover round with no arms.
I'm moving like a fucking snake.
That nigga, bruh. Short, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I still see the same thing. I'd have ran around that counter so quick. He did, and then they gotta remember them fucking things don't turn around that fast. And if they do, they're gonna lose control in that bitch and fall out any fucking way they wear that.
Who the other person is looking like, man, this nigga bullshit, man. This nigga gotta be playing. Who the man is in the back like
that motherfucker conducting business like it ain't nothing going on.
Look how Ron done put some sanitizer on his hands. He ribbing that man on the slick. He done put sanitizer on his hands. Bet you can't do this. That's fucked up.
Now look,
he put sanitizer on his hands.
Nigga should
He
have
thought
slapped
he wanted to purchase
that sanitizer on his hand. Put a good amount of hand sanitizer right in his hand, like a good ounce of that shit. And slap
I ain't gonna lie, Chop.
Chop,
I ain't gonna lie, Chop. I see a nigga try to rob my store with his feet, though. I might put some hand sanitizer on too. Nigga walking this bitch with no arms. I don't know what he about to come with, but I know he about to do it with his feet. Let me put some hand sanitizer on.
This nigga tripping.
I don't know what he about to do, but he about to do it with his feet.
This man running like he petrified.
All right, Peter. You can move on, bro. You can move on. I just had to let you see that one, Red. That shit is crazy.
Here go the next one for y'all. Hold up. And I just want the women's opinion on this one because this looks like a nut shot.
Oh,
Hold up. Yep.
Why she hit her in the chest like that?
Say what you stopped for.
That first shot. That's like getting kicked in. But I've always heard that that's for a woman's equivalent of getting kicked in the nut.
She went straight at the nipple.
Nigga said she went straight at the nipple. Damn. She
hit us quite dead.
Nigga, she wasn't angry.
She wasn't swinging at the face or nothing. She swung straight at the tip.
She was hurt after the damn first one. That's what I'm saying. Like after the first time, she hit on the right titty. Then
that's what I'm saying, Red. I agree with Red, y'all. I agree with Red. Her ass I think she was already getting her ass whooped. And then she turned real feminine when that girl whooping her ass. I'm a titty. No, man up, nigga.
Right,
man up, nigga. I see you, dreads. Man up.
Is that a dude?
Your feed is whooping. That feed cold as a motherfucker. Man up, nigga.
Is that a dude or is that a girl?
That's a girl.
That's a girl. She just looks manly.
Why do we know that's a girl?
By the stature and the other person that's like fighting her.
Low top.
Yeah, it's a fire haircut. Them dreads fade banging.
That's a haircut.
Yeah, that's a haircut. But you know, that's how they do it. Notches out.
She got some little designs up in the little fade in the front.
Let me put it up, nigga. I gotta see.
Red said the sports bra give it away. I done seen Uzi Vert with a sports bra on, so I don't know, Red.
Right, like, but still, to get punched in the titty and have that type of reaction, do y'all ladies have any one of y'all ladies ever got hit in the titty? Like,
now, yeah, that's the question. Yeah, ladies. Ladies, does a titty shot hurt that bad? Yeah, that's the question.
God damn.
Does getting hit in the mammaries, I would use the scientific word. Does getting hit in your mammaries feel like getting kicked in the testicles? Did it send a shockwave to your stomach?
Cause I ain't gonna lie, boy. That ball shot, like my dog said, you could just graze nuts and that shit hurt, nigga.
Man, what? Nothing round that motherfucker.
Not rough. You came. can't sit a certain way, nigga.
It said golf ball titties.
I think that what it was. This little stiff motherfucker hitting them bitch.
I see them small ass titty. Yes, titty shots.
She gonna need a mammogram after this fight.
She gonna need to go ice them bitches.
Yeah, she gonna have to go to diagnostic images. Shit.
Figure out what's going on in that, bro. You unplugged my fan. All right, just the last one, y'all, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Silent for the next.
Now you passing it to Chap. I'm
Oh,
going.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This the last.
Get
one
mine
right
together
here.
when Chap going. You just get mine together.
Baby mother. Devontae's one of Devontae's baby mama, and I think Casey baby mama was up there. No, it wasn't. It was Devontae's baby mama and Mary and a couple other chicks that was at the table. And we talking and we drinking. And you know, I'm kind of excited again. I'm from the west side of Chicago, and who doesn't look up to Mary J. Blige as like, you know, one of the queens, you know, of that time. She's a queen of R&B at that time, at least in the hood. And we up there chilling and drinking.
Bless you.
And I think after I left for a little while, we was talking. I think I left out, and Suge called me back up to the room. He said, "Come back upstairs, man. Old girl want to see you."
Who was old girl?
Fuck is old girl? I'm thinking one of the other girls that was at the table. And I get up there to the room. Suge's in his room, and Misa's sitting on the bed with a sheet wrapped around her. You know, and you can kind of see like her nice body, and she got this sheet wrapped around her. And Mary's sitting on the couch. So I know the girl that he in the bed with don't want me. So I went in, he closed the door and shit, and I sit down and I start talking to Mary. And the inside, I'm about to lose it because I'm actually sitting here talking to Mary. She's sitting on the couch and shit, and we ordered some food and some more drinks. And somebody knocked on the door. She ran and kind of damn near jumped behind the couch hiding. But I'm looking like, what your problem is? And she make sure that's not Kay. Kay. You know, and I'm like, oh, man, I don't care. You know, I'm talking, tell him I don't care who he is. You ain't got to be running and jumping and did it. But she was actually talking about KC. She was thinking that KC she had like this postpartum type, you know, the shit that people in the army probably go through when they hear bangs. Like when it came to KC at that time. Right. You know, and she's sitting on the couch and shit. I'm like, you know, you ain't got to worry about him. You know, you straight. You did it like I'm 15, 16 years old. And she laying on the couch.
Remember the age, people.
I'm sitting on the other end, and she lay down on the couch and put her head in my lap.
Very definitive indicator.
He can't be talking about Mary was talking about she wanted me to come back up here. Now she on my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, what is this gonna end up to? And she stayed a couple more hours. And we decided to go in the other room because it was a suite. We went in another room and laid down. And she laid down with me and she kind of like backed up against me. And every time she back up against me, I would move away and shit, you know? And from that time, I had an opportunity to go out to New York and visit her a couple more times. Well, you know, that's why I was kind of confused when I heard Kurt saying that Mary was pot girl. Because at that time, she was my girl. At that time, I'm 15, 16 years old, and she flying me in to see her. And you know what it is when a girl back up on you, you young and shit, and I'm trying to show her that she ain't phasing me. I'm hard as goddamn. She backing up against the Chinese.
Nigga, they older than Chinese arithmetic.
With Russian English around this motherfucker.
You say you had sex with people on camera? Anyway, whatever. I'm not quite sure, but
Relations.
yeah, we had relations. That's a good way.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Nah, I want to ask you something before you go into what you're about to say, Pete.
Yo,
I want to ask the panel too. Did y'all know anything about Mary's behavior or anything that was going on? Did y'all hear anything about this before Danny Boy said something? Because remember, Danny Boy is the singer of Death Row. He did I Ain't Mad at You and a couple of more other songs, but y'all all know him for I Ain't Mad at You. So knowing him being a singer and being that young at the time, what y'all think about these older women that was searching out these younger dudes, as well as being Diddy's friend and knowing what he was into at the time and knowing what you know about him? What y'all feel about that? Anybody? You know, that's for the panel and for, you know, the audience if y'all want, you know, comment on it.
not believe
Oh
it
yeah, I
or
like
not.
the name too, cuz Butterfly Kiki. I like that. That's what's up.
No, I did not know anything about that. Like, I had never heard any accusations like that come up about Mary or Suge for the matter. Because if this was something that was going on, during the time that all this Diddy stuff was allegedly happening or so-called happening, I didn't know or hear about anything about Danny Boy being seduced by Mary J. Like, I never knew she had a thing for younger men. I knew she dated KC. You know, they had a little thing going on for a hot little second. The bad relationship she had with the gentleman after KC. Like, I heard about all that, but I had never heard about the situation with Danny Boy. And it's kind of odd that he brings this up now when he had plenty of time to do that. Isn't Mary from New York too?
Well, actually, this old, to be honest with you. This is fairly old, I would say.
Wow.
A lot of this stuff came out after he admitted he was gay. See,
Huh?
Danny Boy is also gay. Yes. See, I'm
wow.
about to fill you in the audience since they say they don't know neither. Yeah, y'all, Butterfly and Shorty. This been going on. Misa, if y'all know who Misa is one of Puff Daddy's baby mamas. Misa was fucking with Suge. Around this same time, Misa was cool with Mary J. They was partners and shit. If y'all remember the I'm Not a Player. I think it's I'm Not a Player. Nah, I'm not a player. I'm thinking about Big Pun, Lord. Not Big Pun, the other one. Cause I see some ladies
Fat
tonight
Joe.
that should be having my baby.
Oh,
What
you
that
talking
Biggie
about?
song is?
Damn.
Big Papa?
Cause I see some
Big
ladies
Papa,
tonight.
yeah.
Yeah, that
I love
one.
it when you call
had-
me. Yeah.
Yeah, remember they had the little party, they had the little club scene. That was Misa
Yeah.
and Mary J and them sitting in there. So they was all partners at the time. But Puff didn't know that Misa and them was fucking with Suge and them
Suge.
because the road was popping at the time. So Mary wanted to meet Pac around that time. Yeah, Butterfly, Big and Small. Thank you. They want to meet, and they was all dipping around that time. So they would be taking these little trips, like Round just told you, he get flowed out and shit. You see what I'm saying? They'd be flying out. They'll fly to the West Coast, and they be doing their little thing behind KC back. She was fucking with not only Danny Boy, but she was hitting Pac too around that time. So Faith Evans, that's how she digged into it, because she was with Bad Boy and around the situations, and she also had like a little crush on him too. That's how she got connected with the shit. So y'all, there's been some back underlining shit, which in return, y'all saw all the stuff happen after that with them beefing, with the diss track, with the murder, and the people who was involved and the people who wasn't. So we learned all of this stuff after that happened. All the juicy gossip details about the who was sleeping with who and who was fucking with who, because a lot of people had questions about the debt. So a lot of this stuff started coming out because people were lying about who they was and where they was and who they was involved with and shit. So other people like Danny Boy and others started coming out and telling the truth, which put Faith, Mary J, Puff Daddy,
Case, Maze.
and other more. And no, I'm just saying them. It put them who was lying about it or saying they wasn't involved with it and stuff. It put them in compromising situations when the people who was around them saying, "Yeah, you was." Bitch. So this is why you seeing what you seeing. This is why Puff so comfortable with having freak offs and shit and all this crazy shit, because that shit been going on, y'all, since the I'm gonna say the late 90s up
Early
until the
2000s.
early. Not
And
even
beyond.
because Big and them died in 96, 97. So this shit was going on in 94, 95.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And all this shit happened, y'all, in a span of, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 years.
Oh,
So it just
and you know
continued
what?
on after that. So yeah, people, just to catch
That's
y'all up
kind-
on that. This shit
That's
been going
kind
on.
of crazy.
And remember, Danny Boy was only 16. He was out there like a grown ass man. Even when I saw him in the videos, I didn't think he was that young. I thought he was a older gentleman. The way he was singing, the way they had him in the video, even the Toss It Up video, man, that shit was raunchy as hell. Y'all remember Toss It Up? Tupac and Casey and JoJo? Yeah, so he was on that song too. So it's underage sex and the industry and in hip hop, all this has been going on for a minute, people, and it's not just the men who's involved with it, it's also the women. So I want y'all to just listen to some of these women when they talk about certain situations in the relationships, and look at them like predators too. When you hear them talk about people, or you hear them speak on certain situations, because they probably like the same person that they talking about or not talking about. Because remember, Mary J. Blige was Diddy's top artist. And he did her some fucked up shit too, as far as paperwork and stuff like that. He started, doing other things too, as far as when it comes to Mary J. Because remember, that's how Faith even got up and running. It was after the Mary J. Blige situation that he kind of gave Faith her swag and shit, like the hometown girl type shit. But I could sing and. But he had her doing more of the ballads and she was more of the pop. But the style, the persona, the baseball caps, the hoodie, the leather, the hip hop looking girl, she didn't look like the traditional singer.
Right.
All that came from after the Mary project. And a lot of if you notice, a lot of women, he started making like a blueprint for them after that. So yeah, just to catch y'all up on that.
All right. That's what's up, man.
All right.
Yeah, because it is more to it. I know, right? it is way more to it. So
but that's
it's a lot. It is. It's a lot, bro.
That's a lot of stuff to unpack on somebody.
Yeah.
Or just like when you think about it, and when you said the years, I thought about it. Big even was trying to put the shit out back then. Been in this shit in the 90s.
Yes.
Look at all the bullshit I've been through. I was like, so-called beef with you, know who? I'm like, oh, wait, hold up.
He even did the diss track. I don't know if you heard the part where he said, if Faith have a baby, she probably have Tupac's. You never heard the diss track that Big did? That was like an unreleased diss track? Because remember, Puffin and was saying, "Oh no, we ain't nobody made no disses after Big died, and we wasn't fucking with Tupac, nobody. He just did this and blah 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 blah." But 2-3 years ago, y'all, Busta Rhymes came out on Fat Joe podcast and was talking about, yeah, we did make diss tracks. I was on it. Biggie did make diss tracks. Fat Joe, yes, he did make diss tracks. So, yeah, a lot of stuff coming out now after these people are dead, and all the stuff supposed to be, the way it is now. A lot of people who had their back and was lying back then are now actually coming out and either contradicting themselves, or they finally admitting that a lot of the shit that people were thinking was actually true, bro. So. It's a lot more to it. It's definitely a lot more to it. We could definitely, stretch it on to more shows, if we want to ever bring it back up, or, put some more to it.
Definitely, because that's some very good information that, normally a brother wouldn't even have. And I'm glad I got some some brothers who come from a timeline where they could remember that shit, because I don't remember half of that shit. I ain't gonna even lie.
That's why I'm here.
You act like
You can ask Butterfly. Butterfly was into that shit. Oh, that Butterfly, you know, that was my nigga, boy.
I did know Tupac made a that's why I fucked your bitch.
You fat motherfucker. Boy, that's the hardest I ever heard anybody come on with something. That's one of the hardest deliveries I've ever heard in my life. And it was so simple what he said. It wasn't what he said, it's how he said it. But go ahead, y'all. Continue.
Right. But that was it, dude. That, like, when he did that one, that was the one for me. I was like, all right, yeah, ain't nobody fucking with him now. Whoa.
Oh shit, Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy.
What? God damn.
When accidents happen, you need to have an attorney who is dedicated to your.
Man, these people really tripping out here, huh?
I don't know that, man.
7-7.
Oh shit.
Deputies say was tortured at the hands of her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Tonight, we uncovered DCFS documents that showed there was an alleged history of abuse, according to those papers. WDSU reporter Jonah Gilmore is in Terrebonne Parish with the emotional reaction from the teen's father and stepmother.
The family says it's been hard to see the child in a hospital bed, burned from the face down, but they're being strong because she's proving she's a fighter.
Seeing my child for the first time like that was like seeing, it's like seeing someone dead.
The father of a 15-year-old deciding not to show his face, but letting his words describe his pain.
I'm angry. I feel like I let my child on.
Damn, bro.
Like I wasn't there to protect her.
According to the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office, the 15-year-old was raped, intentionally set on fire, and shot. The sheriff calls the incident torture at the hands of the child's mother, LaTanya Harris, and the mother's boyfriend, Terrence Washington.
You know, you see things and hear things like that on TV, but when it's your child, it's not a feeling you could explain. It's not.
According to Louisiana's Department of Children and Family Services, the 15-year-old has severe burns to her body dating back to October of 2023. They say most recently she also sustained gunshot wounds to her chest, cheek, and face, leaving her without an eye.
If you was to see what she looked like and what she'd been through and how she went there.
The child's stepmother, Latricia Johnson, says she is a fighter, showing signs of improvement each day.
Considering all she's been through, I don't even see how she's not mad at the world.
According to DCFS, there were reports of abuse involving the child's mother in 2013 and 2014. A report from the agency says the child was placed in foster care for a short period of time. The family received in-home services once the child returned to the home. The father says another incident happened in 2017. The teen was stranded on the side of the road, and that's when he became the custodial parent. He says in 2022, the child wanted to rekindle a relationship with the mother, and he allowed her to go, something he says he now regrets.
I regret. That's why I feel like it's my fault, because I allow her to go back to try to establish a relationship back with her mom. And I'm sorry that I feel this way, but I should have been that type of, no, you don't need to be wrong.
As the family still tries to understand
Can't
the
apologize
why,
for being a good man, brother.
We never thought that a child going with their mother would be a bad thing. And
Why
in
not?
this case, a horrible thing.
they're keeping the teen in high spirits as she works toward recovery.
She was like, Dad, I feel free. I'm finally free. And I know where that come from. She's finally able to get away from that and tell her story.
The family tells me the 15-year-old will be undergoing surgery soon. They tell me a lot of the surgeries will have to be cosmetic and insurance doesn't cover it, so they will have to come out of pocket. Reported in Napoleonville.
Of course it does.
WDS
So you
News.
telling me DCFS
And that man
don't
don't
want to
mind
cover that?
spending. That man don't mind spending a penny for his daughter. These people ain't shit, bro.
Battery, child endangerment. The mother's
people
boyfriend
ain't shit,
also
bro.
faces a
Foremost,
list of
DCFS
charges.
supposed
The
to pay
two
that
are
out
set
of
to
pocket
appear-
too, because they dropped the ball on that shit.
And say he got a list of charges. Look at this crazy bitch.
And they didn't had the shit been going on since 13,
23. Oh, I thought you were talking about the injuries. That shit crazy.
Yeah. DCF been involved too. So I see what you're saying, P. They should, because they dropped the ball too.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Considering that
they been dropped that motherfucker.
Allegations and charges and the child been getting burned and all. Like, how do you excuse that shit?
The child ain't been by the mama, and your child come to you and say, I want to build a bond with my mama, let me go stay with my mama. What the fuck is you supposed to say? No? Hell no.
You can't say no, but damn, they gotta have some type of guidelines to be set with that shit though. You know what I'm saying? Supervised visitation, especially if this child's already been, through the system and you seeing that something done happened where this child's been abused or shit, like being burned.
That hoe is insane. And that hoe is on meth.
Shot, raped.
Who did all that? That's what I'm saying. They in there smoking that bullshit, bro. And they ain't give a fuck, though. That girl was 15. That's an age where you look a certain way to goof ass niggas, bro. And then your mama sitting there looking like the fucking scarecrow off the Wiz. This bitch helping him do it. She the one probably shot up.
That's what they saying.
Yeah.
The fuck? Fuck.
Why I say, bro,
The burns was from last year. She had last year burns on that shit. It said 2023. It was showing signs of this shit. Man.
Way back then, right? Way back then.
Look at here, bro. The girl obviously had sympathy for her fucking mom too. For the daddy to even consider her having a relationship with her fucking mama. But that's a good man. He ain't gonna say it like that. What's happening, Mike? Mike said, I appreciate you coming through, man. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy.
I don't understand how DCFS dropped the ball like that, but we'll the parent
show the title
make
again,
a child
Chuck.
stand in a corner.
All right. I got y'all.
Just show the title, like the front when you show, just so people could see the title. This goes past. This ain't even neglect. This just murder.
Oh, okay.
This just murder.
Murder, attempted murder.
It's all right, bro.
But
Like,
she, man,
all
I
kinds
mean, I didn't know she was still alive. That after all that happening,
right. Now imagine the type of shit this poor child got to go through.
So she did
to just get her mind back on track.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you at that point in your mind, you died. You know, I wasn't trying to go straight to trauma, but fuck it. The trauma of what happened to her is, you know what I'm saying. I didn't
It's
even
deep.
think
That
about
shit
the whole
goes-
correlation to the trauma thing. It just I wanted to show this, but
For her to survive,
yeah, for her to survive, she gonna definitely deal with
man. Blessings, bro. Because if you're gonna talk about that, Chop, that's definitely some serious rehab, mentally and physically, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the girl been shot up all in her chest, people. Butterfly, they shot her up all in her chest. Oh, shot all her fucking eye out. Butterfly, what the fuck is going on by her mama in there?
By her mama, like that's the thing.
And this
fuck up the most. Like, you supposed to be safe, like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't care what nobody say, dog. You see a deadbeat dead, that's normal to people. But when you see a deadbeat mom, dog, it's like
that's
man,
beyond deadbeat mama though.
like,
That's
what
the
you got to
crazy thing.
be?
That's
How
far
bad
beyond
of a child
deadbeat
you got
mama.
to be for your mama not to want to fuck with you, bro?
I'm
But for
talking
the
about
child to have such a forgiving heart to say, I want to go build.
For your
But just
mama
say you
not-
don't want
ain't
the
never
girl.
had
Just
no
say you don't
real
want the
love
girl.
for
Don't bring her
everybody.
over here. You could keep her.
Right.
Just say that.
Just say that you gonna let this nigga rape her and all that shit.
You gonna let her come over there and endure all that fuck? That's what I'm saying. So you gonna let her come over there knowing you don't want to fuck with her like that and still let all this shit happen. You sitting there looking like fucking Precious Mo with all this goofy shit, man. You know you don't want that fucking baby.
I'm talking about
Looking at you,
ugly
bitch.
as a
That's
mother.
all you won't do.
Herself.
Thank you, Ron. You don't give a fuck about yourself, bitch. You sitting there looking crazy.
Nigga.
Thank you. I was waiting on you to get on this nigga hairline.
Exactly. You going out here in the world with the baseball diamond, like what?
The boy said the baseball down.
That bitch do that nigga could back left field, nigga. I'm catching nothing but home runs.
What is you doing?
This nigga got the Yankee Stadium hairline. This shit crazy. What is you doing, sir? And why is that shit half nappy? Why is that piece hanging off the side back there? What is y'all fucking in there doing, man? Smoking that fucking meth, man. And then got y'all black ass stuck in them trailer parks and y'all smoking that meth.
Now let me show you something. If that man if this man get out of jail and that man kill him, should he go
will
to
be.
jail?
Nope.
Somebody to sue the shit out the daddy.
Man, should he go to jail? Hell no. And the daddy
Yeah, Red, put a little water on that piece of something and pat it down, stupid ass. He walking. That nigga walking around with that barbershop haircut hair that he done picked up off the floor and patted that shit.
Oh
and
man,
the catch piece.
the water, he need that blue activator, that wave curl shit. He need that blue shit. That
Blue magic.
Please,
That's what he need. He needs some blue magic.
That little blue shit. You need a blow dryer comb. Man, son, I don't think he could comb through that shit though. that bitch stuck. And her head fucked up. So it's like, I don't know. They just was living foul, son. And that boy eyes, his pupils is dilated. That boy was high as a kite.
Yeah, cause but this what we saying, Butterfly. When they had the baby, she had a responsible father in her life that said, "Hey, you raggedy bitch, you don't have to do none of that shit. You don't have to throw away like Brenda. You ain't gotta put her at no 5-star. You ain't gotta do none of that shit. I got a good ass job. Let me take her." No, nigga, I want split custody and all this goof ass shit so she could do what, cuz? Get
Fuck
benefit. So it could do what? It could do what, Butterfly? What them benefits help her do? Look at her. What you think she do? Look at her. Help her get loaded. See? It helps her habit. It feeds her habit, that little money she get. And she probably getting a nice little chain because Brown look like he worked for the hospital or something. Look like a nurse or something.
Boy, that nigga ain't no nurse or nothing. He probably a janitor.
I ain't know. I was going by the outfit. It do look like he had scrubs on. I'm just saying. The man looked like he had scrubs on. And even if he was a janitor, he still wanted to take care of his daughter.
No,
he still wanted custody. Huh?
I think that's the jail fit. She look like she in
That's
black
the
and
jail
white.
shit. What you talking about, child? I'm talking
That's
about
the jail.
the huh? Y'all confusing me now. What I'm saying?
You talking about the stepfather?
Yeah, the father, the father of
real father,
the real
biological
father, not this nigga. Yeah, not this nigga.
Oh,
Hell no, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the daddy, so who was talking in the. Yeah, come on. So you know I ain't talking about this fake ass Dwayne Wade uncle looking ass nigga, man. Hell no. This nigga named T-Wine Wade. Get this nigga out of here, man. T-Wine Wade on that meth around the corner. Look, nigga wear socks with holes in them, the front and the back. Come on, man. Hell no. I'm talking about the nigga had the gold watch on with this crazy bitch. Want custody and shit. Yeah, bro. But I was just saying, like, she actually had somebody there that the lady could have, did something about it. But she chose to want to put that baby in that shit, which makes her even more fucked up. Not to even give custody to the father. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, that shit terrible, dog. I don't really have no other. I could keep going, but I'm not. They got some other stuff, but I don't have to post that stuff.
Nah, that was it for me with the in other news stuff. So
on the page.
On the page or the YouTube?
Yeah, it's on the YouTube page. We kind of texted and discussed it earlier. I don't know if he.
That's what I was trying to tell you, bro. If it's your personal YouTube or the Blunt Talk YouTube.
I'm not gonna put it on my personal. I made a list on our page. All you gotta do is look it up. It says Silent Child.
What?
Silent Child clips. Yeah, people, appreciate y'all for coming through. The two other people who just came in, man. Y'all missed the nigga that tried to rob a jewelry store with his feet.
Y'all missed
that boy had no arm. Would you say, Chuck?
Yeah, that nigga damn sure didn't.
Yeah, he
that found it though.
Appreciate it, Shorty. Yeah, we trying to come through with it, man, because it's all type of stuff, and for them to try to, stir a narrative as far as the real news, as they call themselves, just for them to stir a narrative, it's crazy out here for us not to have these discussions of the stuff that's really going on that they just talk about for 2 seconds, just mention it right quick. They weren't about what's going on every fucking where else, where we got all this stuff going on right here at home. So it's always good to chop it up and really try to make some understanding out of a lot of this shit. Cause yeah, man, it's a very sensitive topic, but it's definitely a topic that we definitely got to talk about for this week. That trauma thing, man, and it starts young too. So definitely on my turn. That's what I'm gonna be basically jumping on. You got it, Pete? You all right?
I'm working on it right now. Give me a second.
That boy said I'm working on it. All you gotta do is pull up the page.
No, I had to switch accounts.
Okay, switch accounts then, player. I didn't know you had to switch accounts. You could have put your on our page too, but you chose to be difficult. Matter of fact, that's a good idea. When you have stuff, make your playlist on the Blunt Talk thing. Make a P-Dot playlist and save your stuff in the playlist. That way you could just pull it up when we do the stream.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now don't play them in order. Go to the check this shit out, y'all. I want y'all to get a
Which one? Which one, bro?
The
think
third
it might
one.
go in
The third one.
Well, I couldn't hear you, dude. Your mic went out.
I'm saying it again for you. What's the problem?
All right. This one here.
All right.
Got you.
You either want me to say something or you don't, nigga. The third one.
Our nation faces a great injustice.
Abenaki in Quebec say they are the only Abenaki, and they went to New York City to spread their message.
Land back, everything back, good.
Language back, culture back.
So there were 4 Abenaki tribes in the state of Vermont that were recognized by the state in 2011 and 2012. But Abenaki in Quebec say they are not Abenaki.
Yeah.
And now they're turning to the United Nations to raise awareness of their cause. They're calling it an injustice and an issue of identity fraud.
Who has the right to say who your people are? My nation is strong. We know who our people are, but yet we have no voice because of this border that was created.
And they also put up a digital billboard in the middle of Times Square saying that they are the sole guardians of Abenaki identity.
They all look white to me.
Let's continue,
Traditional
Peter.
Abenaki territory
Look at where it's at,
southern
y'all.
Quebec to northern Massachusetts, spanning Vermont and New Hampshire. Due to
Right.
colonization and war, the Abenaki were
Due to
forced
what?
north from their homelands and settled in the 17th century in what is now
17th century.
Wallinac near Trois-Rivières. So these 4 tribes in the U.S. were recognized by the state in 2011 and 2012, but one of them actually applied for federal recognition in 2005, but failed to meet 3 out of 7 of the criteria from the U.S. Bureau of
And what was those criteria,
so
yo?
according
I
to
wonder.
researcher Darryl LaRue, the majority of those members that applied for federal recognition in 2005 didn't
Mhm.
have any Abenaki ancestry.
Pause it. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Pause it, Pete. Please pause that motherfucker.
Hold on,
Did y'all hear that, fellas?
Bring that back a couple of seconds. Just
Run
for-
it back for me, brother. Yeah, just for the people in the back.
Now I
Did
know.
y'all hear that?
I heard that shit.
Did y'all
They ain't
hear
got
that?
no fucking ancestry. But you want to claim? So this.
Let's talk about it. Shout out Peppy PJ. What's happening? We getting right into it.
So again, we say we the ones who have been saying we have Indian in our family. Right?
Don't
We
go
been
too
saying
deep
we
on
got
them, right?
Indian-
Don't go too
Nah,
deep
no.
on them, Peter. Just
We been
kind of,
saying we got
just kind of
Indian in
stick to the line, motherfucker. Just stick to the line.
And
Correct.
these bitches saying that they are the sole guardians with
Proprietors.
no ancestry whatsoever in the shit.
Say, child, what you think about them migrating and forming all this in the late 1700s with the French?
Yeah, a lot of people just don't get that a lot of things ain't what they think it is. But, you know, stuff is revealing itself, right? See that in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's been revealing itself a lot.
So what now the government saying, hold on, player. Now, we know we told y'all to do. But you didn't do it. So now because you didn't do it, now that you're trying to get all this extra shit, we can't give it to you. Cause when you was Siberian, your ass was supposed to turn over to Indian. When you was French, your ass was supposed to turn over to Indian. You didn't do it. And now you wanna have your generations to come after you to represent. And now you want to reap the benefits of the representation. But none of you actually have any ancestral DNA from the tribe. Go ahead, P. You could play, rewind it just a little bit like you said and rewind it one more time for him. Not the whole thing, just a little piece.
Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong. My bad. Here you go.
To our members of these so-called tribes are actually descendants of Quebecois or French-Canadian immigrants to the state of Vermont, essentially from the 1810s to the 1880s.
How do the leaders of these Vermont recognized groups respond? Well, they call these claims inaccurate and laterally violent.
That's all we want, is to be seen. We're not taking anything from Odanak and Wolanak. We get no benefits. No benefits with our recognition. It's a piece of paper.
But the people in Odanak and their
Oh,
supporters
that's a piece of
have
paper,
no
chap. Chap, it's just a piece of paper
plans
now.
for their campaign.
Well, I already know.
I'm
Oh,
gonna start cutting carbs. I need
now I got something to add on to that one. It's the one right after that one, Pete. It's number 4. Now, number 4 is talking about these people who has these fake status cards and trying to get tax exempt for using their Indian cards, fellas. Now, learning what y'all just learned about them not having no identity. What's the problem with the status cards? Let's see.
Inside this store in Montreal, a man is planning to break the law to make a point. He's invited us to watch as long as his identity is hidden. What he's buying doesn't matter. It's the savings he's trying to score at the cash that he wants us to see.
Oh, yeah. You take my Indian card?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay.
The cashier thinks she has just been handed what's known as an Indian status card, an official government document. She removes the taxes without catching on that it's not the real thing.
It was $8.20 without tax, but if you paid full price, it was $9.60, I think.
The savings are tiny, just $1.
I'm coming back. I forgot my money.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, just put that on the side. Okay, thanks.
We walk before a transaction is completed, so no laws are broken.
Merchants don't know the laws, so they'll take anything that's, being presented to them.
These men are blowing the whistle on a group they used to belong to. They say the group's members are getting
group
tax
is
breaks
that?
they're not entitled to by using almost look-alike Indian status cards.
Watch when they show the card though, Peter. I want you to pause it when they show the fake card.
For 35 grand in taxes.
Here's what an actual
Damn. Let me do
Nah,
this,
that's not the one. That's an actual one. But she gonna keep. I'm gonna tell you when the pause. Go ahead, play it.
government-issued status card looks like. Those with status can be entitled to
Pay
a range
attention
of
to the
benefits,
person on the
including
card too,
tax
yo.
exemptions. Now, this is the card being
Pause
passed
it.
off to
That's the fake one. Can y'all tell me the difference of the fake one and the real one? Just off of looking at both of them right quick.
They got the little thing on there, the little eagle.
Nah, I'm gonna go even simpler, chap.
They
I
got
wasn't
the
even going
Canadian
that far.
flag on that bitch.
Nope. One got a nigga trying to act like he an Indian, and the real card got a fake Indian on it. Said, do y'all notice that? Look at the blurred out picture.
Yeah, they didn't blow
The
girl
blurred out
picture
picture
out.
is a black man, y'all. It's a black person trying to claim their Indian status, and these motherfuckers saying that they are fake cards, and they're trying to figure out how they get them. But in actuality, the one that they showed before, those are the people who are actually faking the cards too, and they have no ancestral DNA to these people. We just learned that from the other clip. So look at the game that's being played on people as far as who they are and where they come from, and look how the government tries to control and enforce this shit at the same fucking time, yo. So Chop, so you could go get your Indian status, find out who your people is and all that, and go get your card right there. Tell you your shit fake, dog.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Look how real his card look compared to the girl card you saw in the beginning, like you was about to say.
Right.
Yeah, he's got a gold piece on it and every fucking thing. That little pussy ass card they showed with your girl on it.
And then it says
that don't even look
sample.
authentic.
Look, it says sample.
We ain't gotta play the whole thing, but just go ahead and finish playing. They're gonna get to the point. Come on, man, this shit crazy.
Now, this is the card being
That card look way more authentic than the other one.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. So even if you do have an authentic card, by you being black, they're gonna give you more problems than they would give the Siberian bitch.
Off to
Because she has the look of the people who they want with the cards. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was doing the side by side. So everybody could see that. Like, that's jacked up. This card look fake as hell. I don't know if y'all.
Why the black man card gotta be fake? Why the black man card?
So-called black man.
There it is.
You can see how it could be taken as the real thing.
Excuse me for dirty.
The Mohawk Council of Kahnawake election law meeting takes place tonight
and that is causing
Watch
real
this meeting,
problems
fellas.
here. 20 minutes.
Y'all about to
south of
really laugh
Montreal.
now. Watch this shit,
On a
fellas.
reserve
It's for
of
y'all.
8,000
I did this one for
people, the
y'all.
Mohawks of Kahnawake. What you have to know about them is they won a rare victory to use their status cards at a range of stores in Quebec, not just
Look,
on
they-
reserve.
Right. They want to use their shit
It was
everywhere.
working well until the look-alike cards started showing up.
If you look at the cards, they're pretty well done.
That's when the local police, known as the Peacekeepers, got involved.
The Peacekeepers?
Mm-hmm.
The police, known as Peacekeepers in
Right.
Quebec. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Watch the people though. That's complaining about this shit. You hear that shit? Watch this shit.
They're getting calls because shopkeepers are confused and suspicious.
I'll be confused too, huh?
And for us, for people in our community and other Native communities who have a legitimate right to receive goods tax-free,
legitimate.
We fear that it will impact their rights somewhere down the road.
Dwayne Zachary is the chief peacekeeper. Says his team have confiscated roughly 100 cards and that transactions occurred daily.
So you're afraid that because some people are committing fraud, you're going to end up paying?
Of course.
In a way, it's already happened.
Wait, so we are not to believe that a fraud has already been committed.
Right.
More than what are we now in 2024? And the fraud started taking place way back in the early 50s, late 15th, early 16th century, where people were coming over here and being told to identify themselves as the people that were already here. So now, in
Manifest
this time,
destiny.
you are worried about fraud being committed on you by the people who are actually claiming their status as they are, and you saying you gonna pay for it? I think the price has already been paid more than 50 million times over.
Yeah, he a Mohawk. He say he a Mohawk. He's a original Mohawk of the.
You
I can't make this up, bro. I can't make this up, bro.
I ain't gonna
The
say you
people
are
telling you.
mofo.
The people telling you who they was, bro, and where their blood come from and everything. But these people still represent these tribes to get these tax breaks. And a lot of these reservations look better than some colleges, yo. You know, these people still get certain types of money. It all depends on what they signed up for and, you know, what business deal they have with the government to keep getting this status. And it's also stealing at the same time too. It's generational stealing, to be honest with you.
Generational stealing.
Generational stealing. New word. Generational thievery. You could go ahead and play a little more, P, and we gonna move on to my next one.
Real cards are being turned away.
Somebody is making this happen. Somebody is giving
See
them
what
the
I said,
hope
P?
that they
What I
have these
said?
rights,
The real cards
you know,
are getting
somebody's
turned
giving
away,
them the
child.
means to commit these crimes
Because they don't know.
You know, and my feeling is that these
don't want
associations, whoever they are,
Thank you,
whoever's in
brother.
charge,
I'm glad you
know,
said
are
that.
are the catalysts for all of this.
They look at
So
your
where do
color
these
and
cards
see
come from? Many,
if you got a
he
real
says,
card or not.
from
Nah, they got to.
Go
Go ahead, P. Oh, my bad. Look, it's a nigga.
Confederation
Just tell me
of
that's not a
Aboriginal
nigga.
People of Canada.
His
Sounds
shit fake
official,
though.
but the Assembly of First Nations doesn't recognize it. Neither does the
Look,
government.
because he
of
black?
Canada.
Why you don't recognize it? Look at the card, y'all. Watch this
In
motherfucker.
this community hall in Quebec, though, all Confederation members, the group is legitimate.
Oh, where everybody at, y'all?
Carl.
Look how white he is, P. Dot. How white is he? He a mohawk.
titles and the appearance of prestige seemed to matter to Carl. He insists
See what I'm
his
saying, bro,
members
about this
voted
playing
to
dress
refer
up
to him
shit?
as His Excellency or Grand Chief.
Grand
Now
Wizard
pause it.
sound like.
Now
Them
pause
look
it
like,
real quick.
hold the fuck up. Hold up. That look like KKK symbols on this nigga vest.
See, bro. See,
That's
bro,
the
these
fucking
people
Aryan
is
Nation eagle on their fucking collar. Ain't no
Look at his
fucking
son.
way-
This nigga straight Spanish like a motherfucker. And this
Man,
nigga
he
old
look like
conquistador
Aryan
Spanish.
Nation type shit, bro.
Now wait. Now the reason why I'm showing y'all this too, if y'all could see the audience don't look nothing like the Indians that they tell us supposed to be.
It's supposed to be right.
If
None of
if
them
y'all
look
in the
like-
audience and y'all watching this, y'all paying attention. This not even the people that they're supposed to be. Look at these people. These are rednecks. And they're posing. They're posers. And he know, and I'm gonna tell you how down bad the so-called chief is, y'all. The chief is an old scamming ass nigga, cause your girl gonna back his ass up into a corner when they do this little interview. Watch how his ass talk and try to do the shit when the lady asks him simple ass questions. His goof ass sound like a white Umar Johnson. That nigga can't explain shit about anything, but he gonna keep going around in a circle as if somebody done did him something. Watch this shit.
His sons are the leaders of the youth wings. And he says there are 50,000 members nationally and a few hundred in Gatineau. But he blames the poor
50,000.
turnout this day on our cameras.
Oh, doing like 50,000 people in this.
This is a man emboldened by the people around him.
Motion is carried unanimously.
What
After a
people?
meeting about new positions in the group, he agreed to sit and talk.
Here we go,
Family
y'all.
members led to believe that in using your cards, that they can get tax exemptions in
No,
certain circumstances.
no, because it goes way beyond that.
People don't try to
Do you
use
think
these
people
cards
get
for
the
tax
card here for
exemptions.
taxes?
I have no idea. But I do know that the Ganawagi are claiming that they have seized those cards because
Illegally.
people have been trying
Illegally.
to use them for tax
And you know what?
exemptions.
When they seize it, the guy comes and gets another card. Our card is not a tax card. Our card is a card for your identification.
It is,
Where would
really.
members get the idea that their ID card
Where
might
would they
be
get this
something
idea
they
from,
could
D-Dot?
pull out at a store for tax breaks? We'd been
Yeah.
curious about that for a while. So weeks earlier, an associate producer contacted the Confederation as a would-be member, not a journalist.
Look, setting the ass up, y'all.
She was directed to someone just outside Ottawa. Our crew headed off with hidden cameras.
Do you live in Louisiana? How about own your own home?
Right quick. Look, setting his ass up. See how you lie? Wait, go ahead. Play the rest of the bitch. Watch how they catch his ass. Go ahead. Nigga lie.
The representative is described as the vice grand chief of the Confederation.
Come on in. But that's the application that we have to send, and it's $80 for 2 years. So that's the card.
Before long, the conversation turns to the cards. Using it for tax savings is no secret here.
Walmart.
Thank you. Don't even know if she Indian. Nah, you saw her card? Did y'all see her card? Her card looked like the one with the black dude was on it, huh?
Just say, well, this is my card. This is my Indian status.
You go back a little bit if you want, but it was the same card.
No secret.
Yeah.
Walmart, Canadian Tire, $80 for 2 years. So that's the card.
Before.
Ooh, I was trying to catch it at the right.
It's all
fucking
good.
moment.
It's all good. But just
I saw
check
it,
people
dude,
that
yeah.
red strip. Yeah, that red strip. Give it away.
Long, the conversation.
Look, soon as she
turns
flip
to
it,
the
that red strip.
cards.
Bye.
Using it for tax savings is no secret here.
Walmart, Canadian Tire, Home Hardware. You know, if they don't just say, well, this is my.
Telling her what to say. Y'all look.
This is my Indian status.
Following that advice would be against
That bitch
the law.
looks Swedish,
It's
and she
fraud.
telling her she could
The
be an
stores
Indian.
that
Look.
take off tax improperly, if caught, will eventually have to
Huh?
reimburse the government.
If they're caught.
Well, who you think they gonna be
Wait.
catching? Who you think they gonna be catching? Niggas.
Well, this is my card. This is my Indian status. If they
Following that advice would be against the law. It's fraud.
Mhm.
The stores that take off tax improperly, if caught, will eventually have to reimburse the government.
Oh,
So what do you do when you go to pay? You just give them the card first, and then they just
Walmart, they're very fussy. So you have to give them their card, the card, and they punch numbers and things.
Look
at him. Look at you. Look at your boy. Look at your dog.
He can't stand that they busted his shit right quick. Nigga, you sat there and fucking
How to catch a
lied.
predator looking ass. Look at his face. How to catch a predator. This
You lied. You lied, nigga.
You're a scammer too. You're scamming.
And you just got busted.
Motherfucker.
And look, what more does
It's
the
sad,
government
bro.
need now? Now we got the person admitting that, these cars aren't used for tax purposes. Okay, so the same motherfucking people that just came and asked you a direct question, set your goof ass up, sent the undercover agent in, and the people that y'all called.
Look how easy it was, though.
Right, and the people sent you straight to the people who make the calls, take the picture, tell you what to say, what stores to use it at, what line to use if they refuse the call.
But we ain't up to nothing. We legit though. We ain't up to nothing.
You still gonna sit here and admit that you a legitimate native of.
That's what I was about to ask you, P. So what else? So if they would do, if they would go to these lengths to do this to get status, to get tax exempt status, what other lengths do you think they did through generations to actually keep this scam going? That's what the people got to think about. People, y'all gotta. It's not always of what it seems or what these people telling you who they is just because they old and they put on a goddamn headdress because they, because they play Halloween, 12 months out of the fucking year. That man don't wear that shit all day. He wore that shit trying to stunt with his lady so he could look more Indian. Because when he got on his regular shit, he looked like a fucking Italian or Irish or German, just like the rest of the motherfuckers. And he used that status to get whatever the fuck he want to, wherever he at. But he loves being the little chief over the community, so he got this little scam going on too. Not only is he doing this on his own like a lone wolf, the government is helping them, y'all. They're not scanning nobody for shit. Y'all just saw this white bitch with white hair go to that lady.
Platinum blonde.
And fill out just paperwork. She just filled out paperwork. Yeah, looking like Blanket Sister. Filled out paperwork or a sheet of fucking paper.
And paying $80 for 2 years.
I could tell you anything too. But my skin color would make me look like, oh no, nigga, you ain't an Indian. How that don't make no sense, people. So really pay attention and focus on a lot of this stuff because some people are actually doing the due diligence to figure this kind of stuff out, and a lot of these people have scammed you and your community out of y'all benefits because they're believing these people, or the government is going along with these people. So it's also, like I was saying earlier, it's a stolen status as well. It's not just no little pussy. It's bigger than just the tax exempt. The tax exempt is just one piece of the puzzle of this big conglomerate of fuckery that we've been believing of who we are and where we come from and what's been going on as us as a nation of people. A lot of people were immigrants, but everybody wasn't a fucking immigrant. This land was not just freely by itself empty and we was waiting on white folk to come in and make it out of something. That shit is false. It never happened. It's not true. And every time somebody come over here, they remind your ass of where they come from. So just keep that in mind. Now they busting him dead out, flat in his face. He look just like your boy. If y'all be watching when them dudes be fucking with them children and shit. How to Catch a Pedophile. That's just how this motherfucker looking at that laptop. You would swear to God there was a little boy or something on that bitch. Cause he cold-hearted busted. He can't say shit. Bill Belichick can't say a motherfucking thing, Butterfly. Look at Bill Belichick. This motherfucker got 7 Super Bowl rings from goddamn way. He come out there looking like a fucking Indian chief. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that Janet Jackson jacket, boy, and that damn headdress you done got from Party City. Get your fake ass out of here, man. So stop believing the hype, man. Everything don't come from Africa. Them ABS niggas got y'all fucked up. I got one more, P. Dot. You can stop it right there, man. We don't need to see no more his scamming ass. If y'all see somebody come up there with they with their headdress and they jacket that clean, they scamming. Let's go to my next one, brother. Nah, go back to the list. Yeah, it's the last one. I think it's number 5.
Number 6 is the last one.
Oh, number 5. Do number 5. Do y'all remember this one? We cause this is like an update, y'all. Remember your girl who stole all that money from Baltimore? The lady who was in office? Y'all remember that?
It's me.
Oh.
Well, if y'all don't, here's a brush up if y'all don't remember. Go to 6. Do the 6th one. Yeah, my fault, Pete.
Desk former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby avoids jail time in her federal mortgage fraud and perjury case. Mosby, who actually requested an inspector general investigation into her own conduct that led to the charges and eventual conviction, was sentenced to time served and 3 years supervised release. That includes a year.
Look at her face, y'all. Look at her face.
Mosby claimed a COVID hardship to avoid taxes when tapping into her retirement account. Also lied on mortgage forms and purchasing 2 vacation homes in Florida. She had been urging the president to issue a pardon. It never came. Ms. Mosby just spoke outside the courthouse in Greenbelt and continues to maintain that she's done nothing wrong.
She's standing on business, huh?
Right.
But God was here today, and I know He.
Oh, sound familiar, huh? Don't she sound like Fannie Willis lying there? Don't she sound like Fannie?
Sound like a lot of
that
people
shit?
that's in office with that bullshit.
They was having hot girl summers, huh, P. Dot? It's
Hot
a lot
girl
of them. You ain't
summer.
lying, boy. They is spending that government's money. They is spending daddy's money. You hear me?
You know, Trick love the kids.
Child Chat, what you think about this, bro? You kind of quiet, bro. I don't know if you sleep or not, bro. Trying to see what's going on, bro. Yeah, he probably gone.
Bro, I'm looking at it like this here. They trying to use the same loophole and conniving schemes that they have seen their non-melanated counterparts get away with, and they slipping through the cracks.
Good point.
They slipping through the cracks, right? They slipping through the cracks. But what they not understanding is you ain't gonna slip through that crack for too much more longer. Just like how our current elected officials sitting in office right now, kept doing all that old hinky-dink shit, reneging on her promises and doing this and doing that, going out and covering up for people and doing this. Don't want to give up the Pontebellum and all that. The Fed stepped in and said, you know what, bitch? You've been doing too much. All in 1 year. All this in 1 year. Bitch. You doing too much.
I mean, P. Dot, they
going wild,
doing more.
bro.
They doing more fucking and spending than the old white man.
Yes.
They up in that motherfucker cutting up, nigga. Kentrell, the other chick that had to come down, even Lightfoot Uglass was getting into some business. I said, man, this Fannie Willis, she called her cat gorilla. She got that gorilla grip and all this, man. What the? Remember Fannie said she got that gorilla grip?
we gotta look at it for what it is, bro.
Fannie Willis, what is going on with Teed in them? Teed in them is cutting the fuck up. It's
I think
no, Pete. No, hold up. I'm not to cut y'all, people. Pete, for real, but all jokes aside, these were supposed to be some of the best examples we were supposed to have in office. Correct? A black woman. That's what everybody was asking for. Correct? Remember, this was a lot of people's arguments. The white man is fucking up everything going on. We need to put some more color in office. And not only color, we need to get some more women in office, correct? This was a thing at a time. now that we have this, what is they doing? What is going on?
Everything
What
that
my-
we didn't want them to do. We wanted you to get up in office and stand on business, not perpetrate.
Well, they standing on
and-
business, all right.
Yeah, they standing on business that
they own.
Only, yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, bro. You reached in and just said, "Give me them words right there. Give me them words right there." Because it's crazy that everybody, you know, I as a young man heard the saying that when a woman get in office, it's gonna be all fucked up, right? No matter what political office she take, it's gonna be fucked up. You putting too much.
And to a
power
degree,
in
P,
your
I
hands.
disagree, bruh. But they're not giving me too many good
examples,
representators or examples. Correct. Like for me to even try to go against it. So I see
But
what you're saying.
like I said, that's what I heard as a young man. I'm not saying that because that definitely was some chauvinistic shit to say. But you proving them right.
It's definitely chauvinistic.
Time.
I know.
You see
So what does that make them if they do what a chauvinist say? Does that make them the? I don't know. What do you call?
That's fucked up. That's but
You're
say
being
you
a
wanna stand
whore.
up- You say you want to stand up against the oppression of women. That women could do just as good as a man could do in political office. Yet you get in
Yeah,
there
do your thing. I
and
don't
you
mind.
do-
I don't mind you gonna have a hot girl or something, but don't use my money, bitch. To go buy houses
Think
and shit.
about it. A lot of these, think about it. A lot of them doing that shit in their marriage.
Go fix
bro.
the
They having hot
goddamn
girl-
potholes. Goddamn.
These motherfuckers having hot girl summers in their marriage and they get into political office and they're like, they take it to the whole extreme. Well, fucking fuck, I have hot girl summer marriage. Well, I make my husband pay for everything I want. Fuck it. When I get in office, I'm gonna make the city pay for everything I want.
Hey, that is money. That is true. Because
You
a
know
lot
what
of that
I'm
shit
saying?
be government funded stuff. Yeah,
You can't sit here and say
taxpayer.
that you want to be a better representation for people of color, of minorities, of women, and get in there and go to doing shit like what these ladies is in here doing. No, that's not what we put you in office for. We put you in office so you can handle business for the city, to stand up for the different laws and injustices that come up against people of color and people in minorities. And you
Right.
getting in there and just blowing the whole wide. You bought 2 vacation homes in Florida.
Whoa, you gotta slow down. She's doing what? Blowing up wide.
Yeah,
You gotta slow
that's what
down,
I
P.
said.
You,
Blew
you-
her
yeah,
fucking-
you
Okay,
thinking before you
okay.
speaking.
Okay, well,
Nah, would I be
take
wrong
that
if I
back.
say she's high maintenance? Would I be wrong by just looking
She
at her
look
and her
at-
daughters behind her? Would I be wrong by saying she looks like she's
she living a high maintenance.
high
lifestyle.
maintenance? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just
She
asking.
living a high maintenance lifestyle off taxpayer dollars.
And she said we still gonna fight this, but she like they caught her red-handed though, like with mortgages and fraud and everything. Like
The same
But
thing
she's-
they did, but look, that's the same thing. What's her face went through?
Fanny did. Fanny went to the church. Fanny doubled down, child. Fanny went to the church. Fanny got on the pulpit.
They want to do. They doing what they see. So when they get in these spots, they see certain things happening, and they doing the same things, and
They getting busted for it.
getting busted for it.
You can only lie so
Same thing
much.
Like earlier when we were talking about the Mary J. Blige shit, like I think people just don't think about it. But
Yeah, T, they don't put God in that too. T, they don't put God in that. God got my hand and all this shit here. You got to be
I
held
think
accountable.
the devil
That's
was
another
guiding
problem,
your
child.
hand with that
Nobody wants to be
instinct,
held
bitch.
accountable, bro, for what they be doing, bro.
That's the base thing of all these ladies that get out here with that bullshit. There's no accountability. Nobody's gonna check them. And I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. This is an example of what happens when a child that is a girl grows up, doesn't get checked by her father or parents about her irresponsible behavior, and she grows into an adult that does things irresponsibly and then cries when the shit hits the fan. You got to be held accountable. We hold our boys accountable for every little thing that they do, but our girls we keep giving passes to. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not speaking on behalf of all men. I'm not speaking on behalf of all parents. I'm just saying that that's the thing that I noticed. A lot of these people that are in these situations don't look like they've ever really been held accountable for nothing. Because people who have been held accountable for bad decisions don't do shit like this when they get in office. They go in there and they stand on business and they handle business in accordance to what the rules and regulations are. So when you see it for what it is and start understanding that nobody's checking them because they don't want to be held accountable. Think about it. If you try to say somewhere and you see somebody do something wrong and you know what they just did was wrong, and you tell them, bro, you know you just did that wrong, right? Are they going to accept that you just told them that they did something wrong, or are they going to try to come up with an excuse that why they did that?
They could get mad at you or whatever.
Right. So look at what we face with these ladies in office that's doing these things. They not being held accountable. They're getting slapped on the wrist. A man do that, he going to prison. Red Nagin did the same type of shit. He went to prison.
That boy see Red Nagin.
Well, he did.
It's a chocolate city. And nigga Jefferson too.
Jefferson, right?
That nigga had his shit in the ice box where his heart used to be.
Caught that boy smoking crack.
Man, was smoking crack.
I don't know if they caught him smoking crack. That was I remember Marion Barry. You talking about Marion Barry in Washington D.C., man?
Okay, whoever the fuck he was, but
Marion Barry got set up smoking crack.
They let him back.
Now Marion Barry had good programs though. No, he was a good mayor though. He was a good mayor, but he was on crack. And crack was popular at the time, so I don't know. Give and take or however the fuck you look at, but he did do a lot of black kid programs and shit though. You know.
But what I'm saying is, a man
that nigga said man was in there smoking crack.
Well, you know.
I
might have been wrong. I might have been wrong on that one. I was wrong on that one. But still, the fact of the matter remains the same.
Put that bad blood.
Every man that's done ever did something wrong as a leader in office has gotten punished. These ladies,
it's not just that too. It's they pick and chooses. You know, it's not always female and male too. It's they pick and chooses. You know, who's down with the good old boys, and you get certain benefits, and sometimes you don't. It all depends on who's your clique, what clique you down with, and because even they try to take each other down as politicians, you know, all of them not buddies, good friends. Right. Them motherfuckers got their own little packs in that bitch too. So what pack is she down that she didn't have the protection for them people to come down on her ass? You know, what was she dealing with? What was going on? Well, who she rubbed the wrong way? You know what I'm saying? For nobody not to look out for her and shit. I be looking at shit like that too, because like I'm saying, but she looks a little high maintenance, and it looks like she does use certain type of excuses for shit. But she looks a little sneaky, especially the way she came out. You saw how theatrical she came out. Pete, you could finish this off, bro. Look, rewind it to like 45, like rewind about 10, 20 seconds, bro. And let it play, cause she tripped me out. Just watch how she come out that bitch like it's Good Morning America or something. Like she's in a pageant or something, yo. Oh, like I can't believe this looking ass. Got a hand on her chest and shit, looking retarded and shit.
Wait,
that's how you can tell she phoning, bro. Watch how she come out there. Then she threw guard. She threw the guard with the alley hoop. Cause a lot of our people help up for. You know, a lot of our people go to panhandling to the Christians because they're so soft-hearted about, you know, being black people. So a lot of these politicians use that shit to, you know, get their narrative across to people too. So I want y'all to be careful with that shit as well. Don't be letting these motherfuckers use black power in your Christianity and your beliefs against you to go for their dumb shit. You know, right is right and wrong is wrong.
See. before we move into that, the lady in the back with the braids with the ruby red lipstick, look how she's side-eyeing her. Look at the daughter to the right with the 2 earrings in her ear, and look at the other one that's looking at the mama. They all look, they know some other shit. And this poor little child looks scared as fuck. The one that's looking at mama. The other one look like, I'll beat a bitch up right quick. She's side-eyeing, and that's what it look like. She's scared as fuck. So wait,
she do like she knows something. Or if she didn't, if she don't look scared, she look like she knows something, and the other one look like she know, but she don't give a shit.
Right.
That's my mama looking at.
Right. So peep out the facial expression of the one that's looking at the mama when the mama go to talking on a mic. She gonna start trying to bite her lip to cry and shit.
House in Greenbelt and continues to maintain that she's done nothing wrong.
Oh, come on.
This is not over.
Right. Now you got to go back. You ain't rewind it.
Was here.
How far?
You got to catch her walking in. Catch her walking out.
Oh, that's damn near at the beginning.
Oh, well, I'm telling you.
No.
You got to catch her walking out.
Yeah,
So she hit that door. Press play.
Avoids jail time in her federal mortgage fraud and perjury case. Mosby, who actually requested an inspector general investigation into her own conduct that led to the charges.
I had it played. No, that was good. That was good.
Was sentenced to time.
I just wanted y'all to see her. Yeah, do that little move she just did. That fake ass Michelle Obama shit.
Oh, right there, right there.
Face. Yeah, little sympathy droop face shit. I just wanted the people to see that again.
When tapping into her retirement account. Also lied on mortgage forms.
Look at old boy, fat face back there in front of the dude with the beard.
Urging the president to issue
trying
a
to stop
pardon.
from left.
It never came. Ms. Mosby just spoke outside the courthouse in Greenbelt and continues to maintain that she's done nothing wrong.
This is not over.
Right. That's right.
But God was here today, and I know He's with me. He touched the heart of this judge and has allowed me to go home to my babies.
He touched the heart of the judge, or did you touch something on the judge? Then she threw the children in it. He allowed me to go home to my babies.
It has been a stunning fall from grace for Baltimore's power couple. Mosby gained national attention, attempting to...
Wait, did I hear him say power couple?
Yes. That's why I was telling you. You don't see, y'all don't remember that we did a segment on that.
Power couple. Oh, wait, you're going to have to refresh my memory. We're going to finish this out.
Mosby. But that was all I had for my in other news. My first two is for my segment.
Okay. I remember the name, and now that I'm watching it, I kind of remember somewhat of the details, but I don't remember it being a power couple type thing.
Oh, Mosby. You gotta look it up. Out there in BMO. Tearing that bitch up.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's something we definitely got to keep an eye on that one, dude. Because she going to jail. She going to.
Nah, they already gave us. No, they already gave us.
Oh yeah, that's right. She got 3 years
of
supervised probation.
Yeah, that shit. She gonna be at that crib. You know, getting her Uber Eats and shit. Yeah, DoorDash and shit.
Going to her vacation home in Florida.
Yeah, that's already paid for with the state fraud money and shit. Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, that was it for In Other News. And now on to the main portion of the show, which is titled The Effects. Wait, where's my title? It's already up there. Okay, trauma. What does it do to us mentally? And I kind of brought this up because we three were having a conversation, and Chop said something, and Silent both said something that kind of like made me realize the trauma that I suffered post getting shot, the trauma that led to my mentality and how I live and the things I was doing before I got married and had a family and stuff like that. It kind of made me realize, one, before I got shot, I was moving without caution. I was living my life like there was nothing I couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of really made me think about stuff. After getting shot, I started moving in a different way. Because before I got shot, I was moving without thinking. I just go do shit, you know, without regard or thought. I just, you know, I think this is a good thing to go do today. I'm gonna go do that. And never really put any context into why I was doing that. And now after getting shot, I'm overly cautious about things, and I always put extra thought into things that I gotta do, or even back when me and Silent first kind of about a lot of things, but I still was moving like I was moving a little bit prior to that, you know what I'm saying? But I still had like, okay, I don't want to make this move. I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna watch and see what's happening with this first, and that I started calming down. And I don't know if that was a part of just me getting older, but Chop said, Chop, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said you think that was because I realized I had a second chance to live, or that I could have been dead, and that's why I was moving like I was moving, right?
Yeah.
So just us having that conversation made me think about trauma. When we kind of talked about the PTSD thing, we talked about a little bit about that, but we didn't talk about actual different levels of trauma that cause people to have different ways of moving, they thought, how it affects them physically and stuff like that. So that's the reason I even so much as came up with this topic for the night. And I had another topic, but I'm glad y'all chose this one because this one kind of resonated a little bit more with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this first video running. I already got it dialed up for y'all, so it ain't gonna be no delays. We gonna get right into it because a lot of the stuff that she talked about prior to the sections I'm about to play is 4 things that she's gonna talk about, and I'm gonna say some of what she says is in the scientific, but that's not the case for all people. And I'm gonna be pausing it at different little intervals to get y'all take on it, and I'm gonna give my little take on it. So check this out, y'all.
Experience. So first, the amygdala. This is an area of the brain.
Now, this is the stuff that they say is what's going on inside the brain with specific parts of the brain
that scans for threats, and it connects memories and emotions. So this is kind of like the smoke alarm of the brain. And after trauma, it becomes much more active.
Now, I can kind of agree with that, because we all have that feeling, or that instinct that says something ain't right about this situation when you see a certain person move a certain way, right? So I kind of agree with this one. And it does, after trauma, for me, I can't say this for everybody else, because some people just shut completely the fuck down and don't know how to recognize that there's danger around them. Like children, they don't know what trauma is until something actually happens to them. So they don't know what danger is until they fall and hurt themselves real bad, or they burn themselves, or they cut themselves, or they skin their leg or whatever. They haven't experienced trauma. So this particular portion of the brain, which she's talking about, isn't very active at all. Right? Now, a child a good example of that, a kid in the elevator. If anybody's ever held the kid's hand in the elevator and let their hand go when the elevator gets ready to start moving, they feel the earth move beneath their feet and they get scared and they run to grab you. That's a definitely good indicator that their mind has snapped and said, "Oh, this is dangerous." Even though we know that that's probably something safe, it's just that their mind just, "Oh, wait, something happened," and they don't know what to do. So this is one of the parts of the brain that she's talking about that I kind of agree with. But I will definitely say that the brain becoming, that particular portion of the brain becoming much active after trauma. For most people, yes. But for some who've checked out completely, I don't think that because some people just walk through life like, even after they've been traumatized, they're like, "Oh, fuck it," and their brain just checked out. So check this out.
It becomes much more sensitive and more likely to alert, to turn on that alarm when it becomes a threat. Survivors become less tolerant of stress, and little things make them feel more anxious. So common things like loud noises, people entering a room from behind, or seeing someone who reminds them of an aggressor, these can all trigger that threat response, even when the loud noise is just fireworks, or when that person with a beard is actually just a waiter, right? I've had clients who felt triggered by grasshoppers or radiators, and both of these things are actually safe, but the amygdala associates them with trauma and then sets off that red alert. So
my amygdala gets sets off when gunshots are fired too close to me, when people have guns, because Chop, we done like, "Oh Lord, get the gun away from me." You see what I'm saying? Like, I just, my phobia kicks off, and it's not really a phobia because I'm really not afraid of guns. It's just that I don't want to feel the pain of getting shot again, and that's what I think. That's basically what she's saying. Is like, oh, those little things that trigger, and it's weird. Because I've held a gun post getting shot. I've shot in a gun post getting shot. I've rolled with people with guns, and shit. These motherfuckers done dropped their guns before, and it's like the dropping of the gun that definitely triggered me. Like, motherfucker, put that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's weird because sometimes I'm okay, but like. I know certain, like you right now, I know you have one. I'm not going to be afraid of you having your gun. I just don't like guns pointed at me. You see what I'm saying? Like when you go to sit it down, even if it ain't directly aimed at me, just the fact that the barrel is facing in the direction of me. You know what I'm saying? It could be laying a straight line straight from the wall to the wall behind me. Just the fact that I see the barrel is what gets me.
Right.
And that's what be like, bro, I'm telling you, I be places and I be seeing that shit, and motherfuckers be mishandling guns, and I be like, I wonder, do this motherfucker understand what it's like to be shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, do they really know how painful that shit is? Even if you don't feel it right away, the after effects that you go through. Don't talk about if it's a severe gunshot, like, not like the dude that got shot in the hand at the shootout that happened up on Canal Street earlier. I think that was today or yesterday. Not talking about like that. He got shot in the hand. They can get that bullet out and it won't cause him no real damage. He might lose some portion or use of his hand, but over time it'll come back. We talking about internal injuries that take years to heal. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to go through some type of physical therapy. Or you lucky if you even able to walk again. So just putting that in their mind, like, I don't think these people really like these dudes that's out here with this killing shit. Y'all don't care nothing. Like, damn. But I digress, y'all. I'm getting carried away. My bad. Silent, my brother. Anything you want to add?
Nah, man, you goddamn. Go ahead, Muhammad Ali. If you go say it, everything, you don't even let the lady play. I'm just looking at a white bitch at this point. If you gonna let the lady say the goddamn thing, all I got, I can't get past the Abungudum dollar. I'm trying to get to the back of the ear, nigga. Goddamn.
Oh well, let's roll.
To summarize, with PTSD, the amygdala becomes more.
I'm just fucking with you, though.
Okay, second, brain scans indicate that after trauma, the hippocampus shrinks. So the hippocampus is the part of the brain that processes emotions and memories. After trauma, stress hormones essentially kill off cells in the hippocampus, making it less effective at processing emotions. This also makes it hard for the brain to distinguish between the past and the present. So this is essentially what a flashback is. It's your brain experiencing a memory that feels like it's happening right now. People who've experienced trauma, they may have missing memories, fragmented memories, or painful memories that pop up when they don't want them. And when these memories pop up, they re-trigger the amygdala. So essentially the amygdala perceives the memories as a new threat and sends off, that alarm that restarts that trauma cycle. That
Butterfly, that's what you're talking about right there.
Fight, flight, freeze response and all those physical changes and the stress hormones and all of that. Now, these changes to the hippocampus, they can also contribute to short-term memory loss. But the connection between the hippocampus and the amygdala gets stronger. Like, these two love talking to each other now. And so essentially this maintains that fear response over time.
We need
No. I was supposed to
anything on that? On that part? How that pertains to you getting shot or you having the anxiety? Because that's what Butterfly was just talking about her having those experiences. And I could remember that as a kid as well. Just if you grew up in the projects around that time in the 90s, that's all you heard. Like, shit was coming through your window and everything. So just having those type of experiences is a part of that as well, with especially talking about with guns.
Mm-hmm. And now, give you a good example. A guy got killed in Baton Rouge when I was living out there in a trailer park, and where he got killed at was like maybe a good 8 to 10. Well, no, I'm gonna say about 10 to 15 feet away from me. Right. The shots, even though the dude only shot the gun 3 times, each time he shot that gun, I felt pain. And I literally thought for certain I had got shot. Even though the car I was in took a bullet, I could have been killed, right? Because the way the bullet went in the car and where my headrest was to the spot where the bullet went, if that bullet would have penetrated that car, I definitely would have been died because it would have been a headshot. But after the shooting, when I was able to get out of the car, I go to get in the house, they done locked the fucking door. So I'm banging on the door trying to get inside. I done stripped clean out my clothes, butt ass naked, asking them, do I have blood on anywhere on me? Because I felt pain in my body from that shit, bro.
I did not think he was about to say that, Butterfly.
When you say they locked the who was they?
My mama and them nigga, they didn't want nobody coming in that house. And think about it. I'm outside the car.
Shout out King 365. Yeah, you ass in the bushes. Come your that got your ass out them bushes, I think.
They come in the bitch laughing.
That nigga see, sir. He turned commando on their ass, King. That nigga got naked. Do I got blood on me?
Right, boy. I felt pain. I felt that pain all over again and didn't get hit. That's how strong that sensation was. It was like them fucking shots triggered me to the point where I felt pain where I got shot at and felt like blood was running down my back. That's how serious it was, bro. That shit is like she say, them bitches love talking to each other. And boy, them motherfucker was talking fast that day because I ain't have no I ain't have no shame. I went in that bitch and stripped as soon as I got through the door. Fuck this. Man, check my back. I got anything on me? Am I bleeding anywhere? They was like, what's wrong? Man, I don't know if I got hit or not. That's how I felt. They know I ain't had nothing to do with the nigga getting shot. I ain't had nothing to do with the people that was doing the shooting. Yet I felt pain like I got fucking shot. And that emotion, that signal that my brain sent to my back just from that happening was strong enough to lead me to believe that I was bleeding and wasn't. I really felt pain. And that shit was the most, that's why like I now scan the crowd no matter where I'm at. We could be in church. I don't trust motherfuckers. I don't trust nothing. Like, I don't care where we at. I'm always scanning the crowd. If you look like you got a gun, I'm going to visually check you from head to toe. Your walk I watch the way you walk. I look and see where your cell phone at, what kind of cell phone case you got, because fuck, that could be a gun. I don't know. I'm checking all that shit. And that's how bad it's like it mentally it fucked with me because I'm not able to enjoy myself. Because I'm constantly worried about what's about to happen, who gonna spaz out. Arguments, I don't even stick around for a motherfucker argument, man. Look, I'm about to go. Like, I'm going somewhere else away from around these motherfuckers because ain't no telling how this shit might turn out. That's just how it is now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that shit is a motherfucker. Oh, wait.
Your smoke alarm is still going to blare with the slightest trigger. Okay, number 3, the prefrontal cortex shrinks. So this is the part of the brain that essentially handles higher order thinking and planning, rational thought and language, things like that. This part of the brain becomes disrupted by constantly reverting back to that fight, flight, freeze part of the brain, or the reptile part of the brain. So when you're stuck in fight, flight, freeze, or hypervigilance, the thinking part of the brain gets turned down. And the way that neuroplasticity works is the more we use a part of the brain, the more it grows pathways there. But the less we use a part of the brain, those pathways gets trimmed. So when we can't use reason to think through our traumatic memories or sensations, then it makes it hard for us to override that danger signal that the amygdala and hippocampus are sending. And it makes it harder to remind ourselves that the danger is not real.
That's where I disagree at. That's where I disagree at, because we have to think about modern time versus when these things that these people are talking about come into play.
And let's not downgrade the obvious. She white.
So she don't live in constant.
She ain't grew up in no goddamn. Yeah, she didn't grow up in the hood or the projects or none of that shit. You already know. I'm just letting her go and let you do your thing, player. But I just want to pinpoint the obvious. Everybody. She's white.
The elephant in the room.
She saying that shit cute as fuck, huh? And we looking at it like, yeah, she right there. Motherfucker, really? Because we talking about gunfire and everything like this shit people went through as children, man. We're not talking about niggas who's in the military and coming back home. Because damn near a lot of our children have the same trauma, which I'm gonna talk about in my segment, not to jump, segments, but just to tie those two together, bro. Man, she don't know, but she know. So I get it.
She only know book wise. When
I get it.
Live in a
Sucking
constant, when you constantly live in a danger zone, no matter where you go in your city, the place you call home is a constant danger zone, either by somebody stabbing somebody, crazy people, gun violence, car accidents.
Car accident. That's what King just said, Peter. He said I was in a car accident going on the Morrison curve, and it took months before I was able to drive that way without feeling nervous. See?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Your mind will make you say stay away from shit you know is dangerous.
Me too with that car accident shit, man. Yeah, man. I was in one of them motherfuckers.
So
I drive like a pimp in the 60s from Detroit.
Slow as a motherfucker.
You heard me? Like that be long as fuck. Look, like got me the Cadillac 74, nigga. That shit crazy. But yeah, man.
But these are the types of things that, like, this is why I say I don't agree, because you're saying that, it takes a while for the brain to perceive that the danger is not real. That's not true, because danger is everywhere at all times. It just doesn't happen to you. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean that danger isn't around. That's like what I was saying about the children. They don't know what danger is until something dangerous or something that's harmful happens to them, right? So this is why I say I disagree with this part, because you're constantly in danger. You just don't know it yet. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what danger lurks around what corner, and you're going to tell me that it takes a while after trauma for the brain to perceive that danger is not real, when before I was traumatized, my brain didn't know anything about fucking danger or trauma. You see what I'm saying? Nah. Do I want to do this? Do I want to go this way? Should I catch the bus? Should I drive my car? Does this man have a gun on him? Is this chick about to stab this chick? They fussing a little too hard. You don't know what the fuck is about to happen. And it all happens because you went through something traumatic that you didn't expect to happen. And all the while not knowing that danger always is around you. So that I disagree with this fact that, it takes a while for the brain to perceive that danger is not real. No, you convince yourself, you trick your brain into believing that the danger is not real when danger is constantly around you at all times. So that's just that part, bro.
Yeah, she must don't like Paranormal Activity. What that other movie was when that shit was just sporadically happening to people? What you call that shit?
Final Destination.
Yeah,
she must not have seen that fucking movie. Bitch.
That was an universal algebraic equations motherfucking death was putting on their ass. Go ahead, but continue.
Nigga had to try to figure out the pattern of who was gonna die next. Fuck.
So because that prefrontal cortex has shrunk a little bit, it makes it harder to process through those memories. It makes it harder to speak about what happened. It makes it harder to think clearly and rationally. And you can see how a person can get trapped in a loop of trauma.
I don't believe so. I can speak about what happened to me that caused me trauma clearly. So what type of people she talking about? You see what I'm saying?
Wait, when she says about a loop of trauma, like you go through.
No, I'm gonna rewind back so you could
repeated things. Yeah, rewind from
ourselves that the danger is not real. So because that prefrontal cortex has shrunk a little bit, it makes it harder to process through those memories. It makes it harder to speak about what happened. It makes it harder to think clearly and rationally. And you can see how a person can get trapped in a loop of trauma if they don't get treated.
Right. So basically, she's kind of saying it's other things that you pick up from you going through a trauma. There's other traumas you pick up and you constantly doing that same repetitive thing over, kind of like the conversation you and Chop was having. I think that's what she's referring to. The constantly doing the same thing over and over because you was going through that trauma. And that's because of what the brain is doing. The brain is forcing you to understand that way. And not talk about it too. She also mentioned you don't want to fucking talk about it too. And that's very important because people don't. When they go through trauma, they don't want to talk about it. They hold on to the shit for 30 years, 20 years, and all this shit, and then pop out and say, yeah, this person did this to me. Or this shit happened here. Or this went on like this. You know? And they get looked bad at too for that now. If you think about it, a lot of people getting looked bad at because of that. Now it's trauma that they're going through. So the person who's going through the trauma has to understand is also a brain chemical imbalance that's happening, and you would have to fight that feeling of that. That's something you got to fight through, because I think that's what she's talking about. Or you're going to constantly have this on you, whether you got to think about it all the time because you didn't talk about it, or rather you start picking up other habits because of the trauma.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think for me, by me being vocal about it all these years and just keeping people, aware, you know what I'm saying? Because I think one of the big things for me that made me more vocal about it was I learned from it. I learned to not just deal with the fact that I suffered a trauma, but to get people to understand that the type of trauma that I suffered made me more of a thinker, or a person to look at things and decide whether this may be a dangerous situation or not. Like, it started making me much more aware. Like, I really
see, but it's not really awareness, P, because paranoia is what I would call it. Because remember, it's coming from trauma, so it can't be awareness. It's paranoia.
No, I'm not gonna say paranoia. Not to the point.
I know you're not, because the way it sounds, but that's a part of what she's talking about. That's the brain telling you that. That's what she's telling you. You're going through this constant loop of trauma, and you're not correcting it. You keep making up stuff for it to make it cool for you to keep doing it. But it's not. That's what it is. It's a form of paranoia. You're extra cautious. That's what I was just saying about me with the car situation. I drive slower when I'm behind people, or I give a certain space and shit right, because I'm fucking I'm scared. I'm thinking I'm gonna get in a fucking accident again. But rather than saying that you're scared and that yes, I these things could happen, even with the gun situation. Like you said, you've been around guns before. After that. So you don't really want to say that you're scared of guns, but it's just certain little things. No, it's that you're scared of them, P. And you got to just say that shit. And I think it'll be better for you if you just say it like that, dog, because that's what it is. She not cutting no corners. She just saying it in a smart way because she a white bitch. She ain't never really been through the shit. But if you've been actually in that position like you say you have, you know what it is. You know what fear is, bruh. Yes. So to try to label it anything else you kind of making excuses for it. I'm just, just throwing that out there, bro. Because like when I say paranoid, I knew you was gonna do that again. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I asked you. That's why I asked you again. So that's why I broke it down like that. No disrespect, though, bro.
Nah, I definitely could agree with that, because that is a form of paranoia. I just didn't see it like that because my mind was always set on making people more aware of their surroundings, because I was not aware of my surroundings. You see what I'm saying? Like the paranoia of me getting shot again, that's one thing. But now becoming more aware of my surroundings is another thing. Like, my children
being more aware of your surroundings is a part of paranoia too, though. That's what I'm saying. That is a piece of it. You do be more aware. You're gonna pay attention to more shit now, because why? You're paranoid. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's just you being attentive, or just you being alert and aware of everything without the fear, then it would be just you being aware, P. But with the fear, it's paranoia. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You see what I'm saying?
Because I was about to ask that. So what is it that you are?
Right.
If you are,
it's the fear. It's the fear added on to it.
Wait. Yeah. I was about to say. So what are you if you are a person that's out and about and you've never had any trauma? What do you call that? A person that's living fearless?
I mean, you could say that. Yeah, you could say that.
Oh.
And I mean, or just naive. It could be, or it could be, just blank head. It could be different things. It all depends on your level of understanding of what you're into and what you're doing and where you're at.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All that has a, all that has a line in with that shit. Otherwise, it's not cut and dry. But when you speak of a certain situation, then you have to put it on that shelf with those type of situations. That's what I'm saying too. We have to label exactly what we're talking about or what it is. So with the, like I said, with the fear added on to it, it would be different if fear wasn't added on to it. The fear makes it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, P? It's you only aware because you were scared. If you wasn't scared but always aware, then you would just be attentive.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be called nothing else. You see what I'm saying? It's just you being aware of your surroundings. But because of the fear of the things, this is what's got you looking around. And sometimes you might be looking at the wrong shit. You just thinking you being aware. But you're really scared, so you're looking at the wrong shit. So I'm just saying, it varies too.
Mm. That's a good way. That's damn good. I like
that's what's up.
Yeah, that really is.
I was just in one. My anxiety is off the chain. What? Nah, Butterfly, you ain't tell me about all that. Come on now, you serious? Sometimes just hit home. Sometimes you just need to be at certain specific spots at certain times, cuz, and that's just the Lord talking to you. That's all that is. So don't trip. Just sit back, relax, go get whatever you need to get to chill and just finish listening. I'm telling you, because you was supposed to be here to hear this shit. If that what you telling me, what you just telling me.
Right.
So, it is what it is.
Praise the Most High.
Yes, sir. Hold on, y'all.
All right.
Get harder and harder to escape the cycle of PTSD. Okay, number 4. The last way your brain is impacted is really through the broader nervous system. So this constant flooding with stress hormones keeps the body locked in an activated sympathetic state, or the fight, flight, freeze state. It's also known as hyperarousal. So you feel constantly on edge, you feel jittery, you feel stressed out until you get exhausted. Then you have adrenal fatigue, right? You shut down and you feel depressed. So being stuck in this state of an overactive, dysregulated nervous system leads to a lot of strain on the body, and that can contribute to chronic illnesses like autoimmune disorders, low functioning of the immune system, diabetes, obesity, muscle tension, chronic pain, and problems with like sleep and the gut and your heart health. So those are the 4 ways that trauma impacts your brain and nervous system in general. But just like how your brain changed in response to trauma, it can heal too, and this is called neuroplasticity. So your brain adapted the trauma response as a functional way to deal with real threats and dangers. Your brain's not out to get you, but it also has a built-in ability to change in response to healing and perceived safety. So the amygdala can learn to chill out. The hippocampus can relearn to process emotions, and your nervous system can strengthen its ability to revert back to that parasympathetic or that rest and digest response.
You gotta fight that shit.
We can target these structures in the brain and in the body through cognitive work and through body-based work. So a couple of the ways that we can do this are through yoga, mindfulness, writing exercises. So just think of this, right? You're having a trauma
I like the
response,
writing.
You're having these big, intense emotions, and you sit down and you make yourself write about it. That's turning on the prefrontal cortex.
I recommend prayer
That's
too, people, because she didn't
clarifying
mention
that in
that.
the
She
present
mentioned that
moment
yoga
you
shit, but
are
she didn't
safe.
mention prayer. I recommend prayer too as well. And really pray for a long time. Sit there like the hoes want you to sit there doing that yoga shit. And rest your whole brain and just talk about stuff like your dad is sitting there talking to you. Or you sitting to somebody that you look up to and talk and just talk. That's it. Even if you ain't got nothing to say, just let it come to you. Your brain gonna start talking for you. Gonna show you how wired and tightened up you is. All kind of shit gonna start coming to your head. Just sit for about 5 minutes a day. Start off like that.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta do the Indian style pose or none of that. You don't gotta. You can get on your knee. You gotta get on your knees. You ain't gotta do that neither. You just sit there somewhere comfortable. Don't drink nothing. Don't eat nothing. Just sit there. I'm telling you. That helps. That does. It refreshes you. I'm telling you. Just something that simple. Or say like you're sitting in a tub or something. Something like that. People, I know a lot of the women like to unwind as they sit. Sit in that tub, but don't have nothing around you and all that. Just sit down.
A nice candle
And
lit.
some of that, and about 8 things gonna come across your brain. You gotta X out about 4 of them. Ladies, you gotta X out about 4 of them things you're thinking about. And just concentrate on life and what's going on with you, because sometimes that should be your only reflection time. They keep us busy, man. That's on purpose. So, I would add prayer into that as well, because I don't fuck with that yoga shit, and y'all gonna find out why.
I definitely agree with you on that one, bro. Prayer definitely is a very big factor in this, and I think I lost my way when I stopped praying about it. So I'm glad you did mention that, bro, because there's a lot of things that has been going on with your brother.
Appreciate it.
For many, many years that I should have been praying about, but haven't been praying about. So that's definitely one of the things. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Oh, for sure, bro. That's why we here, bro. All right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one on up for y'all.
It's helping your hippocampus process through memories, and that sends a message to your amygdala that you're actually safe, right? So something as simple as a writing exercise can help rewire your brain from that trauma. Okay, more types of treatments include CBT, EMDR, somatic experience. These are all treatments that help your brain and body rewire and restore your inner sense.
I don't know what none of those are, but I advise everybody to look them up afterwards.
Please go look it up.
If you own
this shit.
If you on the rebroadcast and y'all want to drop comments once y'all find out what it is, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you in advance.
Sense of safety and clarity. Now, there's a lot of studies out there that show that your brain can rewire like this, but here, let me give you one example. Research using MRI scans of the brain show that mindfulness practice is correlated with growth in the hippocampus and shrinking of the amygdala. So essentially, it reverses the effects of trauma. I teach a bunch of these skills on my channel, so check out my Healing Trauma playlist if you'd like to learn more, or you could check out my free course, Grounding Skills for Anxiety and Trauma. The link's in the description below. And in an upcoming video, we're going to talk about how being transformed by trauma can lead to good things. So please remember, there's always room for growth and healing and change. And it just comes from the tiny little baby steps that you can take. So thank you for watching. I love you all, and take care.
All right, folks, that was my topic. That was my little brief introduction into, I ain't gonna even say brief because that took a little minute, but definitely that was a good way of putting it all together, and I'm glad for y'all input, because the other thing that I was missing now are back in place, and I see now that these are the things that I have been missing out on, like knowing that I should be praying about these things, writing, or Silent, you've been on my ass about writing, so this is further evidence that I should have been writing. Definitely a good topic that I think everybody got something they could learn from.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know you was finished. Yeah, I mean, it's just certain little things, bro. We could all try, for ourselves to really try to, better ourselves. It's not about beating ourselves up for what we don't do, but try to empower what we can do. I'm gonna say it like that. Damn, I just made that up. What she said? Okay. In the bathroom, my kids be knocking. I mean, but sometimes if that what you need, butterfly, like that's what it is. But I'm gonna say it like this: don't use it as pressure to put on yourself, because that's the only thing you could control, right? Don't use it like that. Like use it for an outlet. And I'm not saying you're doing one or the other, but I'm saying sometimes people do that too, to try to escape. It's not about an escape. It's about a expression of life, of finding a way to clear your mind, not add on more stuff to it, not giving yourself space to add on more stuff to it. You're trying to eliminate stuff. So like you said, you got the yoga mat, you like the right, and you can't do all three of them at the same time. Butterfly, you gotta fly first. You gotta, what I'm saying? You gotta do one thing at a time, and how it goes is whatever the situation, want you to do, that's what you do at the time, and you gotta figure that out on your own for whatever freeing you of stuff, not giving you space to add on bullshit. If you get what I'm saying with that one, just yeah, just take it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because people be on some fuck shit and they love to, put stuff on you, and at the same time, you like to do it even better than they do it. You put more stuff on your own self than the motherfuckers actually do too. So, you could bear what you could bear, but you don't want to add on to nothing. You know what I'm saying? That has with that. It's some deep stuff behind the yoga thing. It has its history and background of stuff that don't pertain to us as a people. So that's why I said you're gonna find out why in later podcasts, because I'm definitely gonna get on that yoga shit. But it's all yoga is a form of praying. They just use those other positions and stuff to to offset some other stuff. But basically that's what yoga is. You got to sit there and be quiet and do a position, right? So, exercise, right? You don't have to do yoga. You could just do exercise. Exercise and just have your straight calmness. No nothing, no music, no nothing, just straight quietness, So, and like I said, if you into certain things and that helps you though, yeah, that's what that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, it has its backgrounds of why I don't fuck with it. But I'm not saying it's not good for all people, because some people do need to stretch and do all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my little thing. So trust me, we go get into it though, Butterfly. We definitely go get into it. Just keep coming back. I'm telling you. Tell your people, we be over here talking that shit. Let them know we ain't over here bullshit neither. You see that? Huh? That's what's up. But yeah, man. So I'm glad you talked about the brain, Pete. I have to be honest with you, bro, because I'm going straight into, you know what I'm saying? You could pull my clips back up on YouTube, bro. I'm gonna hit you with the first two. He talked about what's going on with the brain, so I'm gonna talk about the people already finding this out and figuring this out and knowing this, and not only knowing this, hiding it from the actual doctors and teaching them a whole different way so it will look a certain way. And they're targeting a certain people because this only is happening to a certain people when it comes down to trauma and things of the brain, even in the medical field. So let's go to the first one. Yeah. How childhood trauma affects health across a lifetime. Now listen to this lady, people, when she come on. She's gonna go right into it. So remember what y'all learned about the brain, and she's about to come as a professional telling you her experience and what she learned, and this is going to be good. So
in the mid-90s, the CDC and Kaiser Permanente discovered an exposure that dramatically increased the risk for 7 out of 10 of the leading causes of death in the United States. In high doses, it affects brain development, the immune system, hormonal systems, and even the way our DNA is read and transcribed.
Pause.
Folks who are exposed.
Pause. Did y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
This is how deep this go, Butterfly. It could change the way the fuck everything
operate. Change the way everything operate.
This is it changed the way your ass come out and look, how your baby's looking, all this shit. Just
Not
from
to
the
mention
brain.
the way your baby stink.
So
that goes back to what
you keep
what I was
going.
telling people about genetic memories.
Yes, because I don't want to hold them up because it's kind of long. But go ahead.
Okay.
Very high doses
I'm only stopping
have
certain
triple
parts.
the lifetime risk of heart disease and lung cancer, and a 20-year difference in life expectancy. And yet doctors today are not trained in routine screening or treatment. Now, the exposure I'm talking about is not a pesticide or pathogen chemical. It's childhood trauma.
Bam, right there,
Okay.
P. Right there, P. Now, we already talking about traumas already and talking about the brain comparison. I kind of gave the hint away, but think about what she's referring to. She's referring to even like products and stuff that supposedly make you sick and all that. Childhood trauma is not even on the list, people, for them to even look at, for nothing to be wrong with people at all. That's what she's saying. Ain't nothing in her books or none of that shit told her to look up nothing that have to do with a child going through fucking trauma. At all. And it's one of the leading things right now. Go ahead, play it, P.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of trauma am I talking about here? I'm not talking about failing a test or losing a basketball game. I am talking about threats that are so severe or pervasive that they literally get under our skin and change our physiology. Things like abuse or neglect, or growing up with a parent who struggles with mental illness or substance dependence. Now, for a long time, I viewed these things in the way I was.
This is what. Now let's go back to Chop's segment for other news. They shot the girl all in the face, burned up, all that shit. That abuse that they did to that girl, plus the mama and the stepdaddy, they was in each one of them categories that she fucking named just now. Go ahead, P. Play it. And this is an everyday thing, y'all.
Across the world.
Across this motherfucking nation, exactly.
Either as a social problem, refer to social services, or as a mental health problem.
Yes, and this
refer
how
to
they tell them to
mental
deal
health
with it.
services.
One or the other. Do what you do, though.
And then something happened to make me rethink my entire approach.
Here we go, y'all.
When I finished my residency, I wanted to go someplace where I felt really needed, someplace where I could make a difference. So I came to work for California Pacific Medical Center, one of the best private hospitals in Northern California. And together, we opened a clinic in Bayview Hunters Point, one of the poorest, most underserved neighborhoods in San Francisco. Now, prior to that point, there had been only one pediatrician in all of Bayview to serve more than 10,000 children.
To serve more than 10,000.
And that's one area. San Francisco tore up.
Damn. You know how overworked
the whole Cali. They tanted, bruh. They got so many little pods like that, bruh. It's ridiculous, bruh. And what she about to get into is going to second the motion of the things that you were talking about, as far as the lady was referring to too, as well, with the brain. And them understanding that this is a real practice, the shit not even looked at, bruh. Because you only got one fucking pediatrician for over how many people? Not only is you not giving them the information that they need to help, you shorten what they could actually be, what they could actually, get their hands on, basically.
Actually do.
Right. like what you call that shit? Like, what's available to them? Like, come on, bro. You're supposed to have way more than that. More pediatrician hospitals than that. That's crazy in that area. If I ask you how many churches they got in that same area, P-Dot, is it gonna be one?
Hell no. It ain't gonna be no one. It's gonna be about 200. Fuck.
So, let's just think about it like that. He could talk his ass off. He could talk his ass off, but he don't know how to get rid of these chicken pox. You see what I'm saying, bro? My baby got gas. I'm thinking he dying. This nigga can't preach that away. Resources, bro. You eliminate the resources as well, P. So yeah.
And then by doing so, you keep the cycle going.
Children. So we hung a shingle and we were able to provide top quality care regardless of ability to pay. It was so cool. We targeted the typical health disparities: access to care, immunization rates, asthma hospitalization rates, and we hit all of our numbers. We felt very proud of ourselves. But then I started noticing a disturbing trend.
She noticed something.
A lot of kids were being referred to me for ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
That's what ADHD is.
Check out,
P. I actually did a thorough history and physical. What I found was that for most of my patients, I couldn't make a diagnosis of ADHD. Most of the kids I was seeing had experienced such severe trauma that it felt like something else was going on. Somehow, I was missing something important. Now, before I did my residency, I did a master's degree in public health. And one of the things that they teach you in public health school is that if you're a doctor and you see 100 kids that all drink from the same well, and 98 of them develop diarrhea, you can go ahead and write that prescription for dose after dose after dose of antibiotics.
Pause it, P. See what I'm saying? Now, instead of them going look for the root of the problem, they prescribe you some shit
based off of 98% of.
And she said an antibiotic, which everybody's supposed to use when they have infections and stuff, correct? So it's not about them actually giving you the wrong medicine neither. It's about selling the medicine, even if it's the right shit. Goofy. Stop looking at it, whoever looking at it like this. Stop looking at it from a one-sided way. It's like, well, yeah, they still giving you the medicine. But these motherfuckers, so nobody ain't gonna feed. So just because you're not a fucking detective, your name ain't Dick Tracy, you're not gonna figure out why these people is getting diarrhea from the same fountain? Nobody wants to know, right? That's what you're telling me. And that's the bullshit right there, P. And that's what she about to talk about. The bullshit she wasn't taught. You see what I'm saying? She was taught to fill out fucking prescriptions and shit. Even though she was medically trained to go look for fucking problems, P. And they're deliberately telling her, well, just do it this way. And she thought that shit was all good and all this shit here. But she's coming to realize that, yeah, they're targeting her black ass and her black ass people, so-called. And it's for a reason, y'all. Now she about to dig into it. Go ahead.
Or you can walk over and say, what the hell is in this well? So I began reading everything that I could get my hands on about how exposure to adversity affects the developing brains and bodies
Exposure
of
to
children.
adversity.
And then one day, my colleague
ain't
walked
hard.
into my office and he said,
Everybody know what adversity
Dr.
is.
Burke, have you seen this? In his hand was a copy of a research study called the Adverse Childhood Experiences Study. That day changed my clinical practice and ultimately my career. The Adverse Childhood Experiences Study is something that everybody needs to know about. It was done by Dr. Vince Felitti at Kaiser and Dr. Bob Onda at the CDC.
Check
and
this out,
together,
y'all.
They asked 17,500 adults about their history of exposure to what they called adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs. Those include physical, emotional, or sexual abuse.
Right, just stuff that
physical or
you've been
emotional
through
neglect,
as a
parental
kid.
mental illness.
They bring in
substance
adults in to
dependence,
ask them what they did. And they doing
incarceration,
like a little test
parental
study on them.
separation or divorce, or domestic violence. For
Right,
every
all
yes, you would get a
Yes,
point on your ACE
You get a
score.
point.
And
Mhm.
then what they did was they correlated these ACE scores against health outcomes.
Your health. See? See how
found
it's attached
was
to your health
striking.
too as well, yo.
Two things.
Look.
Number one, ACEs are incredibly common. 67% of the population had at
Mhm.
least one ACE, and 12.6%, 1 in 8, had 4 or more ACEs.
Bam. Y'all
the
hear
second
that?
thing that they found was that there was a dose-response relationship between ACEs and health outcomes. The higher your ACE score, the worse your health outcomes.
Worse your health
For a
is.
person
Y'all
with an
listening?
ACE score of 4 or more,
The more
their
stress.
relative risk of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease
The
was
trauma.
2.5 times that
It's
of
killing
someone
you.
with an ACE score of 0. For hepatitis, it was also 2.5 times. For depression, it was 4.5 times. For suicidality, it was 12 times. A person with an ACE score of 7 or more had triple the lifetime risk of lung cancer and 3.5
See?
times the risk of ischemic heart disease, the #1 killer in the United
So
States. of
press
America.
it. Pause it, P. So she telling you, even if you thinking about it, that's why I say it's supposed to. Those type of things are supposed to be releases, because even if you thinking about it, if you thinking about it, if you keeping this trauma on you, even if you don't do none of those things, guess what? It's still having an effect on your health. So you're mentally killing off your body by holding on to traumas and stress. That's what she's saying. And it's a lot of us. It's a lot of them that look like her that's having these rates of these deaths young like this. Y'all seen it? The heart disease and all this stuff that been going on. Yeah, y'all been seeing it. This is why. And these people keep doing it in society too, and we keep falling for it. And keep putting it back on us. You want to make excuses for this, instead of just cutting this shit down the middle. Right is right, wrong is wrong. No, everybody want to pick a side and all that and look at this and look at all that's a part of the trauma too. Believe in social media and all that shit. All that shit is putting trauma on you. That's why that shit is recommended to you. They recommend your trauma. Because if they didn't, Blood Talk would be your first thing that come on your motherfucking page. You have to plug it. Have to plug us right quick. They don't want to talk that real shit, man. This shit, it does has its situations, like the lady said. It had nothing to do with somebody even wanting to commit suicide or something. But if they had that stress on them and shit, man, motherfuckers still wind up with lung cancer or something. you still have that thing that's over you and it's pulling you, whether you could see it or not. Just because you can't see it don't mean it's not happening. You know? So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, just find those type of stress relievers, because that shit really means something in your life personally. Not only just, you know, somebody saying you need to chill out. You know, no, ain't no fucking turn up and all that shit. They remember, all these sayings is out here on purpose. Relax, take a breather. Stop being in a rush. Don't let them people lie to you, man. YOLO my ass. You better get your young ass on, boy. You talking about you niggas. Now what y'all gonna talk about now after y'all stop talking about killing each other? Everybody dead. What's next? See? Fucking trauma that you done passed on to your kids. Now your kid gotta wear your goof ass every year
on a t-shirt.
Come on, man. And you better hope he do that. But all this is a part of that trauma that you pass on. They talk about generational curse. There ain't no motherfucking curse. It's called responsibility. Get your ass on a good foot, like Jay Brown used to say. God damn, you gotta take something. You gonna dance? Fuck, at least take something out the motherfucker. You just bobbing your head to the beat, or you listening? That what Pac said. Fuck. I know that trauma builds quick. Go ahead, P. Dot, play that motherfucker. That trauma build quick, man.
Well, of course, this makes sense. You know, some people looked at this data and they said, come on, you know, you have a rough childhood, you're more likely to drink and smoke and do all these things that are going to ruin your health. This isn't science. This is just bad behavior.
No, it's not.
It turns out this is exactly where the science comes in. We now understand better than we ever have before how exposure to early adversity affects the developing brains and bodies of children. It affects areas like the nucleus accumbens, the pleasure and reward center of the brain that is implicated in substance dependence. It inhibits the prefrontal cortex, which is necessary for impulse control and executive function, a critical area for learning. And on MRI scans, we see measurable differences in the amygdala, the brain's fear response center. So there are real neurologic reasons why folks exposed to high doses of adversity are more likely to engage in high-risk behavior. And that's important to know. But it turns out that even if you don't engage in any high-risk behavior, you're still more likely to develop heart disease or cancer.
God damn it, how?
The reason for this has to do with the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the brain's and body's stress response system that governs our fight or flight response.
There it is,
How
P.
does it work?
You heard that, huh?
Well,
Fight or
imagine you're
flight.
walking in the forest
Responses,
and you see a
nigga.
bear.
Let's go.
Immediately, your hypothalamus sends a signal to your pituitary, which sends a signal to your adrenal gland that says release stress hormones.
That's why your ass got
adrenaline,
naked, huh, P?
cortisol.
P got naked.
Hell yeah.
P got naked. P said, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding.
Somebody check me. Make sure I ain't bleeding. I got blood anywhere. Fuck. Motherfuckers know they heard the gunshots out there.
He got me, man. He got me.
Y'all gonna lock the goddamn door.
I didn't have nothing to do with it. I didn't do nothing.
I don't know them niggas.
My back wet. My back wet. Oh shit! This is some real shit, man. Now think about like we brought up earlier, hearing gunshots every night. What does that do to the brain, fellas? And I'm talking about as a child. I'm talking about every night too.
Don't talk about it. Them bitches right outside your door.
And we talking about stories and shit, you know. Yeah, man. That does affect the brain. That does have a big part of everything that's going on. Especially what she's talking about. Go ahead, P. You can play it.
Your pupils dilate, your airways open up, and you are ready to either fight that bear or run from the bear. And that
Help
is
the bear.
wonderful. If you're in a forest and there's a bear.
Better help that bear.
Next time you see
better help his ass. Like Mythical said that he better help the bear. Stop playing now.
But the problem is what happens when the bear comes home every night. And this system is activated over and over and over again. And it goes from being adaptive or life-saving to maladaptive or health-damaging. Children are especially sensitive to this repeated stress activation because their brains and bodies are just developing.
Exactly.
High doses of adversity not only affect brain structure and function, they affect the developing immune system, developing hormonal systems, and even the way our DNA is read and transcribed.
Fuck with your sexuality. It fucks with the way you look at things.
This
and
information
it
threw my
you
old
see
training
things.
out the window. Because
Basically.
when we understand the mechanism of a disease, when we know not only which pathways are disrupted, but how, then as doctors, it is our job to use this science.
Supposed to be your
for
job, but they don't
prevention
teach them
and
that.
treatment. That's what we do. So in San Francisco, we created the Center for Youth Wellness to prevent, screen, and heal the impacts of ACEs and toxic stress. We started simply with routine screening of every one of our kids at their regular physical, because I know that if my patient has an ACE score of 4, she's 2.5 times as likely to develop hepatitis or COPD. She's 4.5 times as likely to become depressed, and she's 12 times as likely to attempt to take her own life as my patient with 0 ACEs. I know that when she's in my exam room. For our patients who do screen positive, we have a multidisciplinary treatment team that works to reduce the dose of adversity and treat symptoms using best practices, including home visits, care coordination, mental health care, nutrition, holistic interventions, and yes, medication when necessary. But we also educate parents about the impact of ACEs and toxic stress the same way you would for covering electrical outlets or lead poisoning. And we tailor the care of our asthmatics and our diabetics in a way that recognizes that they may need more aggressive treatment given the changes to their hormonal and immune systems. So the other thing that happens when you understand this science is that you want to shout it from the rooftops, because this isn't just an issue for kids in Bayview. I figured the minute that everybody else heard about this, it would be routine screening, multidisciplinary treatment teams, and it would be a race to the most effective clinical treatment protocols. Yeah, that did not happen. And that was a huge learning for me. What I had thought of as simply best clinical practice, I now
these people are going through
understand
it.
to be a movement.
Right.
In the words of Dr. Robert Block, the former president of the American Academy of Pediatrics, adverse childhood experiences are the single greatest unaddressed public health threat facing our nation today.
Bam.
And for a lot of people, that's a terrifying prospect. The scope and scale
Especially
of the
when you
problem
tell us
seems
children
so
are our future.
large that it feels overwhelming to think about how we might approach it. But for me, that's actually where the hope lies. Because when we have the right framework, when we recognize this to be a public health crisis, then we can begin to use the right toolkit to come up with solutions. From tobacco to lead poisoning to HIV/AIDS, the United States actually has quite a strong track record with
Here we
addressing
go.
public health
This is my
problems.
last point right here. Check this out.
But replicating those successes with ACEs and toxic stress is going to take determination and commitment. And when I look at what our nation's response has been so far, I wonder, Why haven't we taken this more seriously? You know, at first, I thought that we marginalized the issue because it doesn't apply to us, right? That's an issue for those kids in those neighborhoods, which is weird because the data doesn't bear that out. The original
Guess what,
ACEs
you white
study
motherfuckers?
was done in a population that was 70% Caucasian, 70% college educated. But then, the more I talk to folks, I'm beginning to think that maybe I had it completely backwards. If I were to ask, how many people in this room,
in that room right
grew
there,
up
yo,
with a family member who suffered from mental illness? I bet a few hands would go up. And then if I were to ask how many folks had a parent who
All
maybe
right, you
drank
cut
too
it.
much, or who really believed that if you spit
They hit me. They hit me with a violation. Go ahead, bro. No, they hit us with a violation, bro. They cut us.
Oh, we didn't use the what
Go
you
ahead.
call it. We're supposed to use the
You can cut it.
The fair.
I was talking through it though. I guess I let too much of it play. Go ahead.
Oh wow.
You can take it down. Have I said, brother? Help me want to talk about that real
Yeah.
shit, man.
That's crazy.
I was about
Considering
to
the
cut it
fact
too.
that- Wow.
Damn, look, Johnny.
Play too fucking much, man.
Look, Pepe PG. Pepe did it. Look, I be that's stuff I be telling you about, Pepe. They be shutting us down, dog.
Yeah, dog, they be cutting us down when we get to the point.
Now we got
Especially when
witnesses
we
in the
hitting
building.
When we hitting on their necks.
We got witnesses in the building. That's crazy.
Can
How
I
we
get
gonna
a
have to
witness?
do it, cuz? You gonna have to
Yeah.
start another one, or it's gonna reset?
It should reset. I'm about to check and see if it come back on right now.
All right.
Yeah, I would definitely do a.
I was in it. I'm saying, I had a mention there. I
Been
was saying,
talking to the whole, like we pause, we talk about it. It's not like we using the whole thing.
Yeah, I
verbatim.
just had the certain point. That's why someone was telling me to cut it too, and but I want to get that last percentage out, but I forgot exactly where it was at. So when you talked about the 70% Caucasians, look, they suspended it.
Yeah, they suspended.
That what it say too. Stream suspended for policy violations. That what it say, though. That's dirty.
It still see we fucking streaming though.
I know they still say we streaming though. That's what I'm looking at too.
Still see we live.
Well, let's
All
carry
right,
on.
so well, play my last one just to get to my point. This one is a news clip. It ain't nobody.
Yo, before we do that, let's do this here then, because they'll play with us like that. One more
Yeah,
time.
hit that motherfucker.
Hold on.
Damn,
Where
bro.
is it?
Stream unavailable.
Where is it? Come on, thing. Let me find it. Thing. Oh, where is that?
Back.
Come on, what this thing playing with me? Where's our
dirty.
I had just lined my shit up.
Oh, here it goes.
It came back.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right. So look, this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. Before we even go any further, let's hit him with the fair use.
Sorry.
All right, y'all. We back. Just had to put the fair use up there just so
I
we don't
told
have
you
no
that's what they do. Speak. Go ahead, let them know what just happened.
All right. So, and you say which one now, Silent?
The last one. No, the second one. My bad. The first, because it's the first two. So the second one.
Oh shit! Wrong button. Wrong button. My bad.
Yeah, they say I violated a policy, yo. I was going too far now. Even though there's fair use when you're in a teaching situation.
Yeah, if you watching it right now,
this is
might be the
entertainment.
last time y'all see this one, they might let y'all see this now and take that bitch down.
Might take it down. Yeah, they might take this one down, people. So I'm glad who was ever in the building is still in the building, because that's what happens sometimes, you know, when you touch on these topics and you use certain people's stuff to drive your point home about whatever you're teaching or that you're entertaining the people with. They would say that you're violating a policy of YouTube, which, you know, you're supposed to show your fair use, which we did in the beginning, you know. So yeah, so we try to go by the guidelines, but they still do like these little curveballs and throw them at us a lot, y'all. So we be trying to work with that and still try to bring y'all good content. So just kind of bear with us and just understand that, yeah, YouTube do that sometimes, you know. So when y'all don't be getting the notification sometimes, or, you know, we don't pop up, or you be looking for our channel or something, trust me, it's not us. It's not us. So yeah.
All right, let's carry on. You need me to start it over again?
Not
the one that
down.
I told you the two.
No, not the one that. No, I'm talking about number 2. You want me to start it again?
Start it again. You haven't played it yet.
My apologies. Yeah. I take my apology back. Shit, you trying?
Oh wait,
we gangsters on these YouTube streets.
Yeah, crazy ass.
That's what I'm saying, brother. What you think I'm telling you? Just catch on, though. You ain't gotta. we together, brother. We working together, brother. Yeah, Pepe. If you're still in the building, that's what happened. You know. Right quick. So I just want to show y'all a quick one, a quick version of the stuff medically we're supposed to be getting treated for. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to give y'all a good part of what they even showing as exposure, and they know, even these people, they know enough to even do a whole story on it, y'all. So they know about our situations. They know this shit's supposed to be medically formed into something where it's supposed to be more helpful in these inner cities, and they still do absolutely nothing about it. Even your so-called politicians that y'all wanted in office, that's doing their thing right now, having hot girl summers and shit, they're not doing shit about the trauma of these kids in these fucking war zones. And they calling them war zones because these kids are having the same symptoms as people that's coming home from the fucking military. And this shit been going on since been going on. A lot of this stuff happened exactly, So I was born in '83. I'ma say the '90s, a lot of guns and shit picked up, with the Uzi and other guns that they was getting on the street started picking up. Artillery got heavier, and there was more bullshit going on. And this shit has been going on, and it became a part of who we are, as if it's a representation of something that has anything to do with you being a human being or your nationality or anything. It's become a fucked up attachment to us, not utilizing it in the right way. It's more like an accessory than something to protect as a man of a part of your a man in your for your family. Go ahead, P, play it right quick.
We're in bed, and then they started shooting, and then my mom came in and told us to get on the floor.
Drug use, gang activity, shootings, drive-bys. You know, there are things that are dealing with in which our average kids may not have to deal with.
Every day I hear gunshots, like, during the night, during the day, it really doesn't matter.
There was shooting, 2 guys dead, 2 more hurt.
2 teenagers were shot outside a busy fast food restaurant.
One of the most extensive studies on post-traumatic stress disorder in the community was done here in Atlanta, and it found the staggering statistic that of those who lived in low-income areas in this city, 46% suffered from PTSD. That is a rate much higher even than soldiers who've seen war. Spend time in some inner cities and you can understand why, to children in particular, it can sometimes feel like a war zone.
War to them may be a local drive-by between gang rivals, War to them may be walking down the street on a needle or seeing someone, using drugs. That is war. And these kids see this on a daily basis, so they may think it's normal when, we know it's not.
When you look at how the rest of the developed world fares when it comes to gun murders as compared to the US, you start to see how many more here must be touched by violence.
There you go, Chop. I know you like them statistics.
In a neighborhood, they might hear maybe a car backfiring, and it sounds like a gunshot, and they might have something like a panic response. So they might have increased sweating, increased heart rate response. On a clinical level, what we call that is hypervigilance, is this inability to feel safe. So their brains grow up faster, their biology grows up faster. Gunshots and this violence in the street is something that they're adapting to, and their brain is adapting to it as well, and we can see that on the imaging.
In effect, in these neighborhoods, children's brains are measurably growing up faster because of what they're exposed to. That affects their ability to learn. It makes it difficult for them to build relationships, makes them more susceptible to depression and to drug use.
Unlike soldiers who come home from war and now they no longer are in that dangerous environment, a lot of the children in this study are still living in that dangerous environment.
We were in bed, and then they started shooting, and then my mom came in and told us to get on the floor, and they'll get up until it stops.
See?
And then
how many of y'all remember that?
And one person died.
When they start shooting, y'all get down.
My hand is raised.
When they start shooting, y'all get down.
Turn off the lights.
Turn the fucking lights off. Turn the lights off, nigga.
Yeah?
Boy, your people turn the air conditioner off and everything. They might shoot that AC out there. Turn everything off. Nigga. Ain't nobody home or nothing. Nigga. So, I just want to show y'all a piece of, the outcome of what the lady was talking about. To show like a real, person in a real situation that, yes, it actually is happening, more like a receipt. So that's why I wanted y'all to see that one. So it's definitely a great topic, and I'm glad we able to actually pinpoint different situations, and like I said, always just some kind of way come together, bro. So I'm definitely enjoying myself too with this one, so it's something to talk about. Is butterfly seed, so what do I do? It's about the chill mode, like I was talking about earlier. It's not nothing you have to pick from, like basically just you asking that, like what do I do? It's that's more worry you're putting on yourself. It ain't about what you can do, it's about what you don't have to do. Eliminate shit. Eliminate bullshit from your life. If you want to ask me what do, you eliminate shit. these stresses, these thought processes that's gonna lead you into worry and concern because of the trauma. Deal with the trauma. Talk to somebody. They got this thing online. They always talk about BetterHelp. It's a therapist, and they refer you to somebody. You don't have to talk to the person that they give you neither. You could, whoever you feel comfortable with talking to, that you could talk to about that, and just, overload on the ass. Tell them all that shit, whatever you thinking, cuz, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. Sometimes you be needing that, So that's what it is, and get your thought process too together. It starts in the inside, It definitely starts in the inside. That way you can start looking at other stuff, from a better perspective. That's just how I see it. That would be my, my advice on my point of view from that question. But yeah, Chop, I'm passing the baton, brother.
Yeah, our minds ain't long, bro. We already at the 3 hours, so I just wanted to point out the trauma in your past that affects your relationship in your future.
See that shit? See what I'm saying, Peter? That nigga come through like a 3-headed monster for your ass, boy. That shit crazy.
Yeah.
That boy said relationship. See what I'm saying?
You're supposed to work hard, get a degree, go.
They say that love is blind, but it's trauma that's blind. Love sees what is. Neil Strauss. When someone gets involved in a motor vehicle accident and sustains a severe bodily injury, the physicians would describe it as a trauma case. However, trauma can also manifest as an emotional wound, damaging
like
your
that
sense
too.
of
Trauma
self
is
in an
blind.
equally painful way. Unresolved emotional trauma causes you to perceive yourself as broken and unlovable, and you unknowingly carry this belief into your relationships. So, with that said, let's take a look at how your unhealed trauma affects your relationships. When you are in a relationship, have you ever noticed that 3 different parts of you may be in charge? A licensed mental health counselor, Greg Douglas, says that you may be a wounded child, an adaptive child, or a functional adult at any given time in your life.
Chop, you
Let's
sure you
talk
don't
about
want to
the
hit him with the
wounded
fair
child.
use again? They might hit you. I don't know,
You
dog.
are young.
I'm just asking.
Were you a
Let me do it one time. Just because I ain't got time. I'm gonna be.
That's what I'm about to think. Like, my dog. People, because they're playing without time.
Were abused physically, psychologically, or sexually? Were you deprived of love, support, nurturing, or consistent attention from your caregivers? Let's say your partner makes a condescending remark to you, almost resembling what your mother always did. You are immediately flooded with feelings of sadness, deep pain, and shame, and your response is just to accept what has been done to you without even trying to stand up for yourself. In this case, when you receive treatment from someone who reminds you of any previous wounding experiences, you will likely behave in the same way you did then. Next is the adaptive child. Have you ever been involved in?
So for that first one, anybody could say, they experienced that or know somebody that experienced that first child they was talking about.
I just know what it made me think about. It made me think about how easy it is to bulk at the dudes when they go to the military and shit, when they do the basic training shit and all that. Yeah, like using that tactic to scream at them and shit. It's putting them through a trauma. That's what made me think. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about.
What you think, Peter?
looking at the situation, yes, I know people who have been through that situation, and it's just a cycle of unhealed trauma that they put other people through as a response to the trauma that they've never bothered to go get themselves healed of, and two, never tried to make sense of why they feel the way they feel. It's like, I am the way I am, and that's that. No, that's not the way you are, and that's not that. You see what I'm saying? So it's those things that I think people really need to look at when it comes to relationships too. And I've heard musical artists say it. I've heard now I'm starting to hear a lot of women on social media platforms saying that, you know, if you out here with that foolishness and you not really realizing why you acted that way, is because you have undealt with issues in your past that are now playing themselves present in your future, and you're not dealing with them like you should.
Damn, that's crazy. Because a lot of them is saying that they like to get pissed on and shitted on and spit in the mouth and shit. So what kind of trauma have you possibly been through for you to be into that type of behaviors?
I think that's a preference. I don't think it got nothing to do with no trauma. Or they might, some of them in the instance of you in the situation that you're speaking of, yeah, they do have some people that, you know, let people.
If I feel like shit, you might as well shit on me.
Treat me like shit, because I feel like type shit.
I feel like shit, so shit on me. I feel like I'm pissful, so piss on me.
To pee on people and shit on me.
Because that's what the lady was, if y'all remember, with the white lady was saying, and the black lady, they were talking about that part of the brain where it does fuck with the hormones.
Mm-hmm.
So
in a major way.
That's why I asked, you know, it becomes a preference as well once you get older, especially if you still in that same circle of trauma. You know, and a person that's in that, you know, I'm just looking at it like, yeah, there would be some kind of sexual preferences that they would be into based off of trauma too, like choking and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. I was just, you know, just thinking about that shit. Cause them who talking crazy right now on the record. That's why I brought it up. I'm like, yeah, them who talking crazy. So what is the traumas of these? Was their mama balking at them, or was it the daddy? I don't. I'm just, you know, I was just curious.
You were young. You might have been arguing with your father, and he shouts at you, and you respond by becoming defensive and shouting back. Through these experiences, you eventually learned that being loud and angry is the only way to gain respect and be heard. Thus, when you encounter a similar situation in your relationship, you will also respond in the same way, harsh and rough. You can think of an adaptive child as a younger version of yourself who has to figure out how to cope with not meeting your needs. To adapt to the treatment you have received, you use what ideas and resources you have at hand. And then there's the functional adult. As a functional adult, you respond in a manner that resolves the disconnection within the relationship. This is the mature and thoughtful part of you that has left behind the patterns of the adaptive and wounded child and done the work of healing. You've developed an accepting and non-judgmental viewpoint that strengthens your relationship in the face of hardships. So, which part of you is running your relationship? Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, hit the like button and subscribe to Psych2Go for more content. It means a lot.
Shout out.
Okay.
Shout out, big
Let's talk
shout
about
out.
how unhealed traumas create negative patterns in relationships. Number 1, difficulty trusting others. Have you found it difficult to trust other people? Perhaps you have limiting thoughts such as, if I open up, I'll only get hurt again. Or, I can never let my guard down.
A
A lot of people
Unhealed
got
trauma
that one.
causes
That's
you to
one.
put up social
Look, that's
barriers,
one ace point,
private
yo.
trust
That's
from
one
your
ace
lost
point.
friends.
Everybody
A
got
study
that one.
by
That's one
Schultz and
ace point,
Stolberg
nigga.
found that children from divorced and abusive homes are more
Like your
likely to
girl
struggle with
said,
trust in
they were
their
taking
relationships.
the aces test. That's
Number
1
2,
point, nigga.
the need for
He said
perfection.
over 70%
Where
have
you
at
find
least 4
yourself
points, though.
procrastinating, waiting for the perfect time to complete a project? Perhaps you strongly believe that the things you do should be perfect, causing you to take hours to complete a task. If you can relate to this, it is highly likely that your perfectionistic trait originated from psychological wounds from your childhood. If your parents withheld their love, you may have felt that you needed to prove your worth. Perfectionism poses as a severe
Yeah.
threat to intimacies, especially marriage.
I
The
think a
truth
lot of
is,
people go through
there
that
can
too.
never be a partner who can perfectly fulfill the highly unrealistic expectations of a perfectionist. Number 3, trouble communicating or expressing needs.
Big
Have you ever found
one.
yourself becoming hyper aware of your surroundings? It's a common occurrence for you to lose focus and dissociate from the present. Trauma survivors may have trouble absorbing information due to dissociation and low levels of concentration. Their ability to express themselves and understand what is being said to them may be limited sometimes. Number 4, difficulty setting clear boundaries. If others ask too much of you, do you find it hard to say no? According to a licensed clinical professional counselor, Morgan Concepcion, the aftermath of trauma may lead to you believing that others are more important than yourself. It's your belief that you must make other people happy and not cause trouble. Your traumatic experiences have taught you to put others' needs before your own in order to feel safe and protected. And number 5, no desire to connect or bond with
She
others.
slapped the shit out of a few people on
Have
that.
you lost interest in interacting with anyone? Were you once a social butterfly? But after a traumatic incident, you just don't have the energy to talk to anyone anymore. According to a board-certified psychiatrist, Dr. Marcia Sirota, when you have unresolved trauma, it may cause you to hold on to beliefs that you are not lovable or entitled to have a loving relationship. You may avoid closeness with others because of a fear of rejection and abandonment. So, did you relate to any of these points? I sure did. Let us know in the comments. Emotional wounds need to be treated and cared for,
Yeah, I would say I'm
just
closer.
like
I'm
physical
closer to
injuries.
number 5.
An individual with a positive self-perception and a sense of where they belong in the
1,
world
3, and
will be
5
able
for
to
me.
develop healthy relationships. According to researchers,
You got 3 points,
trauma-informed
happy.
families often have better
Yeah,
outcomes for themselves and their loved
I'm
ones.
on the list.
4, supportive
We,
trauma
One more,
yeah,
communication.
we
look,
all
one
took the
more, and
aces test.
I'd have been at a high,
Yeah, you would have been in
If
the.
you can feel
One
Because she
more.
did say 4. She sure did say 4 points. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's what's up, Jack.
But yeah, you know,
That's
we all
crazy.
know that's like a conversation that's always had. We don't know how to. A lot of people don't know how to.
A lot of people don't know their
what
categories
define
either. Shit.
trauma. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
she
They
broke
wouldn't
that shit
define
down.
it as trauma. Like, you know, they wouldn't say, "Oh, my mama treated me like this," and
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
keep it real with yourself. I think that's a part of doing too. You're right.
Yeah.
Not just keeping it real with yourself, but keep it real with everyone around
And I
you.
don't want to keep saying mama because we've been saying mama and ladies all night.
No,
you
that
know?
was one of the first ones they did talk about because they did start off with the siblings and the parents. Yeah,
You know, your daddy too. It might be your uncle, your best friend.
it might be your own. Yes, right. That's
Anything
right.
you
Huh?
go through, you use to see how you gonna deal with shit with the rest of your life.
From here now on. Yeah. Yep.
Trauma, yeah. So fuck. That's like bumping your head. Fuck. Once you bump that motherfucker, you ain't gonna try to bump that bitch the same way again.
Yeah.
Cause you already know. You know.
I gotta watch out for this. But
Yeah, that's
again,
all I had.
look,
Like,
but that goes back to what Silent was saying about being paranoid. Now you're paranoid because you done bumped your fucking head. So now I don't want to do that shit no more.
Yeah, cause it do scare some children though. Some children be like, fuck that. Now I'm afraid of heights. You know, shit like that. You know, then it does turn into phobias. So
yeah,
man. Or like Chop said, you could just not do what the fuck you did and just move on with your life. But once it turned into that fear, it turns into phobias and shit, you know.
But I would look at that as disassociation. Like Okay, well, I bumped my head. Next thing you know, now you disassociating from the thought of, what did
When I
what,
wanted to
what did
learn
I
how to
do?
backflip, I was scared I was gonna fall and bust my ass. I was.
Yep.
But my goof
And I
ass
did look.
still
I
got up
tried.
there and did it. I still did it.
Right. I did
And
it
I
too.
kept doing that motherfucker.
I just never perfected it. Like I never perfected the back. I could do the front flip, but not the back.
I
Fall
fell
in.
hard a few times, but that's what I'm saying. It didn't cause a trauma to where I didn't want to get back up there
and try
to
again.
fucking again.
Right.
And that's the part where you get caught up at. Just leaving it alone. You done fell hard one good time. Bow! About 17 people saw you, nigga. Bow! Laughing and shit. You
Look
get
at
up,
you.
walk, and look that dumbass look on your face. You look dusty and everything, like the ground slapped your ass. You get up, you walk off.
I'm
You
okay.
feel some type of way. You ain't getting your ass back up there. That's the
I'm okay, but I ain't
you
gonna do it
feel
no
some
more.
type of you hear me, Chocolate? You feel some type of way, man. You ain't about to get your ass back up there. That's the shit that holds people back. That's the shit that they really, targeting on. But for the people who, looks at the face of adversity, like the lady said, a lot of people didn't grow up in adversity at all. Basically growing up in the inner city, like that little girl I showed y'all. They didn't grow up in adversity. They come from a good little neighborhood where they could just go down the street and buy an icicle from the corner store and get a smoothie, whatever.
They could leave their
This
door
girl trying to go to school without getting shot. That's the difference.
You gotta map out your route to school.
That's different, nigga.
I'm not gonna go down these
you know?
streets because they be tripping.
And those and that's supposed to be, and knowing these things are going on and y'all acting like y'all have no control over certain situations. Y'all should
You have full control.
Y'all should be looking at that. Y'all should be looking at those perspectives from the brain as a health problem as well. Like the lady was saying, that should be a part of your health. Like you taking care of yourself and shit. But if we get into that science and medical shit, we already know how they don't even look at the bodies different, even though they're supposed to, because our bodies are different from other people's bodies and shit, and they treat us the same bullshit. So it's even that shit weird. So.
But
for them
with regards to the one where we was looking at the lady who the so-called black doctor talking about the way they teach him in medical school. Look what it took for her to realize that whole system had a flaw in it because they teach him from one side of the spectrum.
Yeah, she was on a honky-dory bullshit. She thought she did all the honky-dory bullshit, and she realized this is a lot of niggas coming in here for ADHD. What the hell is going on?
And why? Look, why are they all coming in here for ADHD? Look what it, but that's what I'm saying. Look what it took. It took for a person of color to recognize. Of course it do.
Yeah, because them motherfuckers think. Yeah, see, that's what. Right. You saying the same thing. My bad.
Not what they think. And they're going by their perspective of how life is. They're not looking at how life is for everybody. They're only looking at life on their color spectrum. That does not include the dark side.
And they try to mask it as science or medical. No. Excluding a certain people because you're taught a certain way is not science. There's nothing medical about that. That's just fucking racism.
Racism and damn near everything we see nowadays.
Real shit. Like, hey, come on, man. If you know a certain people is different medically, y'all done did all the tests and all the fucking experiments in the world to know this shit all this time. You gonna still go by the same chart that's not gonna really get like really gonna help the people that's different. I don't, you see what I'm saying? Like it's on purpose. That's racist as fuck. You know, they take this oath every time they swear one of them motherfuckers in. The what they call it? The Hippocratic oath.
Hippocratic oath.
Motherfucker.
Yes, indeed, bro. These people definitely got us all the way fucked up. And the thing, a lot of the trauma that we see out in the streets with dudes killing each other is based off trauma that they people went through. That's fucked up.
You know what, P? I can't agree. Bring your ass here, nigga. Bring your ass, nigga. Bring your ass here, nigga. Nobody don't want to hear that candy. Bray, come here, nigga.
I'm trying to never fit that shit to y'all. You love the shit out there, motherfucker.
You fucking ass here. I disagree. Oh man. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, bro. I just wanted to see that shit when you said that shit. When a nigga bring up black on black crime or something, and we showed him two Indians in that bitch slapping the shit out of each other.
So-called Indians.
On the real, huh? The Dutch. I call them the Dutch. The Dutches.
Yes, indeed, man. But this has definitely been a great show. I thank y'all for y'all input, bro. Everybody that came in and supported our comment section tonight. Pepe, PJ, Butterfly, Kiki, King 365, Shorty Red. I don't know where you done went at, but you done disappeared clean off the grid on the brother.
Shorty Red with the sleep. She gonna catch that replay.
Well, all our people.
Who else came on? Yeah, who else came in here today? We ain't missing nobody. Huh?
Oh, that.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Shout out to the invisible people in the back as well. Fuck whoever it is. But we definitely want to thank everybody. This has been a great show. You two stop pulling our shit down because we getting it from you, fuckers. But so any other final thoughts before we wrap this show up?
No, nigga.
Chap say I'm good.
Nothing on a titty shot?
Nah.
Hey, bang bang with my toes, nigga. Bang bang, bang bang with my toes, nigga. Bang bang, bang bang with my. I grab that left big toe and I cock it back. I grab that right big toe and then I shoot it up. I grab that. And ooh, it almost slipped. My fucking ankle tripped. I seen it almost slip. I grab it with my ankle, bitch. Almost slip. And I gotta grab it with my ankle, bitch. Yeah. You bet not make a move. I got my big toe on that motherfucking trigger, nigga. So what's that, nigga? And give me that jury, nigga. Gator boots, I'm about to shoot your ass up too. Ain't got no arms, but I'm still strong.
I thought you was gonna say ain't got no arms, but I'm still
shoot it up, motherfucker, building. Bitch, I need that necklace. Give me that ankle bracelet, bitch, too. Yeah, I'm trying to shine on these hoes. Hey. Oh my bad.
Well, yes, y'all. Thank y'all for all dropping in. This has been another good topic for the week.
Learn to laugh, people. Get that trauma off you. Learn to laugh. If you don't know how, learn, motherfucker.
Laugh more, pray more.
God damn it.
Shake it off, people. You be all right.
Silent Tower 17.
Oh, he already said stop track to the building. They had a bit. And we out here, y'all. Next week.
Peace.